Now, due to yesterday's show, that show got actually banned worldwide. So I had to go back into the drawing board and do what I needed to do, so it will be played right now. For those who are new to the show, welcome to the show. This is actually a redo of last night's show due to the simple fact that that video cannot be played. So if you're here for the first time, sit back and enjoy, hit the like button, dislike, or whatever, comment. But this is a redo of yesterday's show. Sit back and enjoy.
Remember, the enemy has only images and illusions, behind which he hides his true motives. Destroy the image, and you will break the enemy.
I'm here to tell you tonight that the businessmen, the mayor of this city, the police commissioner of this city, and everybody in the white power structure of this city must take a responsibility for everything.
Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
Luther and I, and everyone in this arena tonight, are unified by the same great American values. We're proud of our country. We respect our flag. Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners, when somebody disrespects our flag, to say, get that son of off the field right now, out, he's fired. He's fired!
Race is when you use your power and influence to subject people into inferiority. Utterances can't be racist.
Look around you, man. They own this shit. They own this couch you sitting on, them shoes you got on your feet, this building, this school, this country, you. We're behind enemy lines, dog.
So you must first of all remember that this system was not originally designed with black people in mind. Right on, brother. And it definitely was not prepared for black people to, in the end, begin to demand their rights and an equal share in this country which they died for. Right on. Hey, and we definitely are not going back to Africa.
In the church, we used to sing the song, "Good News, the chariot is coming." While you sit here today, knowing that you have come to hear good news, you must realize in advance what good news for you might be bad news for somebody else. What good news for the sheep might be bad news to the wolf.
They say, oh, things are getting so much better for you. In 1849, it was hitting blacks on the head 100 times a day. In 1990, they hit them 48 times a day. Isn't it better? Oh, it's got to be better. You're saying 52 blows.
The only purpose of most black Americans on earth today is to destroy.
I think that's noble. Italians love Italians. When Irish love Irish, but when a nigga loves a nigga, it's an unpardonable sin. They have blood in their hands. When we say they have blood in their hands, we are not saying him, George Bezos, went and killed. But white people colonized us. They dispersed us. They enslaved our people. They sucked our economy dry. They are still sucking it dry even today. That's white people. Tony Blair, George Bush, Napoleon Bonaparte, Leopold, Adolf Hitler, Benjamin Netanyahu, all white people, they are the same. They are racist and they are full of hate.
I've been waiting for you. You have many questions, and though the process has altered your consciousness, you remain irrevocably human. Ergo, some of my answers you will understand, and some of them you will not. Concordantly, while your first question may be the most pertinent, you may or may not realize it is also the most irrelevant.
Why am I here?
Our world is coming crumbling down. The coons are coming.
You have to understand that white America has an uncanny way of making the victim the victimizer. Excuse me, master, for putting my head in the way of your club. Not that your club is brutalizing my head and putting hickeys on it. My head got in the way of your free swing and broke your shiny stick, and I want to apologize for that.
Your life is the sum of a remainder of an unbalanced equation inherent to the programming of the Matrix. You are the eventuality of an anomaly which, despite my sincerest efforts, I have been unable to eliminate from what is otherwise a harmony of mathematical precision. While it remains a burden assiduously avoided, it is not unexpected and thus not beyond a measure of control, which has led you inexorably here.
There are more connections in the human body than there are stars in the galaxy. We possess a gigantic network of information to which we have almost no access.
Matrix is older than you know. I prefer counting from the emergence of one integral anomaly to the emergence of the next, in which case this is the 6th version.
5 months before me. There are only 2 possible explanations. 5 months before me. Either no one told me, or no one knows.
Precisely. As you are undoubtedly gathering, the anomaly is systemic, creating fluctuations in even the most simplistic equations.
Can't control me! I'm gonna smash you to fucking Let me kill you! You can't make me do anything like my friend!
Choice. The problem is choice.
Let us remember that we are not brutalized because we're Baptists. We're not brutalized because we're Methodists. We're not brutalized because we're Muslims. We're not brutalized because we're Catholics. We're brutalized because we are black people in America.
Because white people made him to be what he is. They made him to look evil, because that's their role, to make all of us black people to look evil and to hate ourselves. I can't hate.
You're a nigga till you die. If you're a poor nigga, you're a poor nigga. If you're a rich nigga, you're a rich nigga. But you never stop being a nigga. And if you get to be educated, you're just an educated nigga.
Well, I'm told every day I'm on air that I'm racist because I call out racism. That is maddening to me, and I'm crying about it because it's crazy.
So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is teaching you and I and trying to tell the white man to get this powder keg out of his house. Let the black man separate from his house. Let the black man have his own house. Let the black man have his own land and his own property.
I thought the bitch was white! Damn it! I thought the bitch was white!
That's true. I think that white people are so guilty, knowing what they've done to black people, that they feel if the deeds were reversed, they would hate the black man if he had done the same thing to them. So it's actually, it reflects a guilt complex on the part of whites when they ask us, do we hate them? And if you notice, Uncle Sam has formed a habit of going all over the world. He calls it the ugly American, or the American image. He thinks that everybody hates him because it's a guilt complex. And if you think that if you are worried about Europeans hating you, and they're your allies and your cousins, well, naturally it would follow for you to think that Negroes in this country would hate you, especially in light of what has been done to black people in this country by white people.
Now, check it out. The white ball dominates everything, right? Knocks the shit out the yellow ball, the red ball, right? And the game's over when the white ball drives the black ball completely off the table.
But you have to see that all of this is hypocrisy.
I love Malcolm. Malcolm called me Sunday that he died. I was working Basin Street East. He said, Brother Greg, you coming by today? And I said, Malcolm, I love you. And I said, I love you so much, I don't even want to take a chance to be there. He said, what do you mean, Brother Greg? I said, well, I close tonight, Sunday night at Basin Street East. And I said, but I had my wife book me a flight into Chicago at 8 o'clock this morning. And I'm going to Chicago, and I had way beneath my salary booked me into a college about 10 miles from the airport. And I'm gonna go there and speak this afternoon, and I'm gonna stay there until they tell me you dead. Because I'm not gonna let this government get two of us for the price of one. And I'm gonna call Adam Clayton Powell when I finish talking to you and beg him not to come there. Because today, the United States government gonna get you.
Welcome. That's right, y'all. Guess who's back in the house? It is your whiteologist, Mr. Blows Your Mind, coming with another live show. That's right, y'all. December 10th, 2018, the most hated show in the black corner of the internet. Now what they doing, y'all? I used to couldn't get 100 views. Now they gonna let me get 100 and a few pennies more. You know what I'm saying? Like you go to the store, you short a few pennies, they be like, go ahead, shorty, go get that. You gonna give me 100 and a little couple pennies more, and just to show, see, he got over 100. Now, motherfucker, let me get all that. I got 2.9. Where the rest of them at? But anyway, welcome to the show. Subscribers, what's good, fam? Passerbys who just happen to be walking by, it's a grand opening. Go down the aisle, search, see what you might see, something you like. Hit that like button, hit that dislike. If you don't like what the fuck I got to talk, you can also say, that nigga full of shit. Agent, do what you do. That's what they pay you to do. You welcome too. Well, they call this, before I get into that, I ain't even gonna get there first. Let me go ahead and knock it on out, right? Let me do what I do, right? I gotta do what I gotta do, right? So again, hello and welcome to the Black Minds News. I'm your host, the whiteologist, Mr. Blows Your Mind. This channel is to report, transmit, communicate, articulate, relate, decode, unveil, spread the news, whether it's by news, video, website, quotes from publications, as I, your whiteologist, articulates these points. I ask that the creator of the universe be here, heart, mind, soul, and spirit. Because, you know, as a descendant of the greatest people who created the greatest land that they say in the world, it's called the United States. And as a descendant of these, we on this channel give honor. You know why? Because the truth don't need no partner. You know what my motto is, y'all? I ain't gonna tell you what I heard. I'm gonna tell you what I know. Now, let's get into this. Well, we in the so-called season to be broke. Give me all your dough and walk out the door, right? This is the season to keep you broke. They got you from last month to this month. They're going to get you at the beginning of the next month, right? And, you know, those who participate, and again, teachers on, again, you have little shorties, kids, you have grandchildren and so forth. You know, they kind of don't understand. You know, you remember when you used to be like that, right? You remember, those who might be a little older, some of you who might be passing by, catching the replay of this video, maybe. Because again, I don't really know who is in that little 100, but I'm saying to YouTube, give us free. God damn it, give us free. How the hell a motherfucker got 2,000 people can't get past 100, 200, 300, and I can't get no scragglers? You know, I'm going to keep saying that, y'all. But anyway, we're going to keep it going, right? So, You know, you was a shorty and had you all in the mindset about, they told you about this Santa Claus, fat white man coming down the chimney that you ain't had in your place, right? You ain't that. But you thought that because while you was, going back for those, they used to have the little Rudolph the Red Nose and all that, Frosty the Snowman. Didn't see a nigga nowhere, none of that shit, right? Never seen a nigga in none of that Christmas shit. But for somehow Rudolph kind of played off like he was, Rudolph with that red nose shit, right? So anyway, right? So, as you get older, you start figuring shit out, right? It'll last for a few years when you weigh, what they say, knee high to a grasshopper, they say, right? And you start to mature a little bit, and you start realizing just again what happens is some friend of yours, some homie of yours come, man. Well, before I get into that, let me play this right quick, just because you're supposed to be in the season of this, right? You're in the season, so let me go ahead. Let me show you this article I ran across, right? You know how I do it, y'all. Won't be no visual to this one other to the fact. Gonna get it in. So, I got a lot for y'all tonight, because, I took a day or two off. I got to do that, especially, when I don't work, I be putting in. So, check this out. We be right back after this. Check it out. Be right back. Man arrested in Texas after telling kids Santa isn't real. You know I'm going to say that again. Man arrested in Texas after telling kids Santa isn't real. This story was done December 8, 2018 from the Associated Press. This is how it reads. Dallas AP. Police says a 31-year-old protester who told children Santa Claus is not real has been arrested for trespassing at a North Texas church. Aaron Urbanski was arrested Saturday after authorities were called to a church in Claiborne, which was hosting a breakfast with Santa event. Police say they found 3 people demonstrating outside the church after responding to a trespassing complaint. Authority says Urbanski refused to leave and continued to cause a disturbance. Urbanski, who was charged with criminal trespass, has been booked into the Johnson County Law Enforcement Center. Claiborne Mayor Scott Kane weighed in on Facebook saying, "Don't mess with Santa." The mayor continued, "Guess they want coal in their stockings to go with a court appearance." All right, they were playing with the mic a little bit, so I got caught off guard a little bit. Looked like the guy was trying to get in my mic. You know how they do around here. So anyway, here was an individual protesting. Maybe it looked like it might have been the church, right? And it was like, since there was some kids there, and they was doing a celebration about Santa Claus, he decided to spoil the whole shit. He was like, "Hey, ain't no Santa Claus. Santa Claus ain't real." And the people lost their mind. Oh, call the police. They go fucking up Christmas, telling the kids the truth. Right? You got to have imagination. They do that for the imagination of the children. But again, at one time, I remember it used to be Christmas was about Jesus, right? Those who went to, it was about Jesus, but somehow Jesus got, stiff-armed and pushed out of the box. Santa Claus used to be there. They don't even got Santa Claus in there no more. It's just really about Black Friday and everything you can get on sale and purchase, right? And people go out all their way to get themselves to start their new year off in debt. So here's the individual who say, he just telling the truth. So you know how they do. It's spoiling it. So they going to get you for trespassing, resisting arrest. You know how they do. Throw shit up on the wall, try to see what sticks, give you a case. So now he got to go, and then here's the mayor getting in. I guess you'll have some coal in your stocking. Huh? coal in your stocking. I guess that's a European thing, because we ain't no chimney about no damn coal in the stocking, because we had no chimney. You understand? We maybe had a radiator or some shit, but we ain't had no damn chimney. You understand? So again, here's an individual again for some stupidness. Here he is being arrested because primarily not because of what the trespass, but they used that because again he spoiled the spirit of the children by telling them there ain't no Santa Claus. Now just remember when you learned that. Think about that. When you finally learned that there wasn't no Santa Claus. So, let's put it like this, since they're talking about law, right? So how about this? So the minute that if I went to court and I start lying and the judge figures out I'm lying, ain't shit outside of my mouth coming that's going to be credible. Right? I get kids impressionable. You trying to have them have fantasy and hoping that, but again, that's two sides of that equation. Because, right, there's one side that, that they can hear it, and there's no such thing as ever waking up and Santa Claus missed your house. Huh? Matter of fact, James Brown had sung a song, Santa Claus, come straight to the ghetto. Huh? Remember that? Huh? But he be missing that, right? Man, how you been so poor, woke up on Christmas and get shit? Boy, you learn ain't no Santa Claus quick. Anyway, let's move on. Do I just start to show off with that? Because you know what I got to do? I got to lay down the foundation of where we going tonight. For those who stay to the end. I want you to be like Chucky, a friend to the end. So again, as it is, it's in the season to be broke. And this is where a lot of despair come as well. A lot of people hustling, bustling, doing overtime to buy all these gifts, right? You got people, and then again, people equate giving gifts to love, right? And if you don't give gifts, you feel like you didn't show them no love, and it wears and have anxieties on people, and they kind of figure out what I'm going to do. So I found this story. This story really tripped out for the simple fact that, again, you know what I'm saying? It depends on your participation. How real is this to you? When you're younger, again, you're impressionable and people can have you believing about fairy tales and pixie dust and all that shit, right? But you get a little older, I don't expect somebody to, let's put it this way. Let me let you see this story here first, and then I'll come back and then I'll kind of elaborate on that after the fact. So let me go ahead and pump that in there and see how it's going to work, and let's get it. Check this out, y'all. Check this one out. Now, again, on your screen, you're going to see where it says, Florida man arrested after Kohl's job interview for allegedly stealing Nike shoes as gift for his mother. Now, that's what it says now. But this is not what it said originally when I got the story, because it's still Newsweek, right? And it says, Florida man stole shoes after job interview, police says. Now on your screen it's going to say, Florida man arrested after Kohl's job interview for allegedly stealing Nike shoes as gift for his mother. But the story I'm reading of the same one that they changed the title is, Florida man stole shoes after job interview, police says. This story was done December 11, 2018, again from the Newsweek, and this is how it reads. A job candidate hoping for a position at a Florida Kohl's was arrested this week for allegedly stealing 2 pairs of shoes from the department store immediately after his interview. Dominic Breedlove, age 24, of Hudson, was detained by officers from the Hernando County Sheriff Office on Wednesday. He told deputies the items were a gift for his mother. Law enforcement was called to the Kohl's department store on Spring Hill by a loss prevention employee who had allegedly spotted a shoplifting in progress shortly before 4 p.m. According to the Hernando County Sheriff Office, the staffer said Breedlove had entered the store at around 3:20 p.m., went to the Human Resource Department for a job interview. It was after leaving the Kohl's job interview when he allegedly walked to the shoe department and searched every pair of Nike shoes for a pair without security tag. After finding a suitable pair, he went to his car, got a bag from a previous shopping trip. The suspect went back into the store, picked up the shoes, and walked to the customer service desk where there was a queue. Police in Breedlove returned to the store department, placed the first pair of shoes inside the Kohl's bag, and then selected a second pair, which was still in the box. He went to the front of the store, passed all points of sale, and left. He allegedly made no attempt to pay for the shoes. He was detained by Hernando County police officers in the parking lot as he approached his car and placed into custody. Deputy said he had stolen a pair of women's Nike Air Bella TR shoes valued at $80. He also had a pair of women's Nike's Elite TR shoes valued at $70. Breedlove was transported to the Hernando County Detention Center and charged with retail theft. His bond was set at $500. Unsurprisingly, he was not selected for the job at Kohl's. The sheriff's office this week posted the arrest record online alongside a mugshot of the suspect. All right. So we had a young dude, about 24 years of age, Dominic Breedlove, from Hudson down up in Florida. You know, all kind of stuff be happening up in Florida, but they got it always popping up there or down there, right? And so he doing 2-for-1s. Now he doing 2-for-1s in the worst way. Now think about what he did. All right, let's peep it, Smitty. Let's peep what he did. All right, so he got a job interview. My man got a job interview. Go do the interview, sit down, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get him a job in there doing the interview. You know how interview go. You're in there trying to sell yourself, trying to tell me I'm the best of the people who you're going to see right now. You want to hire me right now. I don't know what kind of interview went on in there. I don't understand. Maybe this was a chess move. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he had this all thought out. Because as soon as he got done coming up out of the Human Resource Department, after having them, he was like, oh, you know, man, while I'm here, I might as well do some shopping. He goes take his ass in the damn aisle. He looking around and getting, you know, security looking too. Okay, that had been in here. They got it down to the T. They had it down to the time, didn't they? He get one pair, right? He go to the car, get a bag, come back, get more. He get caught up. The cue was, you know, that sensor went off on him, right? Because he went through all the boxes trying to find none with no sensor, as the story had said, right? And so he gets caught up. Now, right? Now, when he gets caught, he says he was doing this because he wanted to get his mom gifts for Christmas. Remember I just said earlier how people have anxieties and they feel like they got to do all this. Well, they should give him the goddamn job, shouldn't they? They should give him the job. You know, a mother who's stealing need money, so he need a job, right? So yeah, man, the damn job, right? So he can go in and purchase the damn shoes. That's why he was in there in the first place, right? He needed a job, right? But you don't do no stupid you don't do nothing like that, man. You don't do no interview, then you gonna go in and steal the same place you trying to get a job, unless that was never part of the plan in the first damn place. Otherwise, something wrong. Huh? Something wrong with homie, right? You gonna do an interview, then go in the store and then still think you gonna get, come on, man. Huh? 24, he owns something, right? And let me tell you something too. I had did this years ago. I did this research because I was doing something. Let me tell you, you know Kohl's? Yeah, for those who know Kohl's, that Kohl's department store. Do you know what Kohl's is in Germany? And you know that is what that's coming from, right? That shit mean garbage, right? Think about you went to go to Kohl's. Ain't shit but garbage in there any damn way. Ain't got, you know what I'm saying? So coals mean garbage. Remember a bunch of garbage and then you going to jail for some garbage, right? And you fucked up your whole Christmas, that whatever you thought you was, because you finna sit up in there. You got, well, you probably won't because you get the little, unless you got out for that little 500 bond, right? They ain't little when you ain't got no money, right? So again, the holiday season, they call it, time of joy, but it brings a lot of anguish and pain on a lot of people because, again, they need to show their loves with materialism because that's where we live, y'all, in the greatest market on the planet. That's why they call it capitalism, right? It's always about money. It's like here, that's how you gonna tell me over 365 days, unfathomable, calculable people coming by here, and you gonna tell me my shop open all night, all day, and only 100 people stop by my store. You gonna tell me ain't no conspiracy going on here? I had quarter million people on cup videos. Now all of a sudden, can't get past 110, 115. I want 500. I want my 1,000. I want my 2,900 plus. You hear me, YouTube? Do you hear me? All right, let's go on. Moving on. So. Well, again, you know, sticking to the theme. Shorty, about 24. Well, we'll back it up a little bit, right? Remember when you was in school, and part of going to school is, you got like this, they got drills and shit, right? They have fire drill, tornado drills. Depending on what area you came out, remember they used to have, talking about, if there's a tornado or some shit, get your ass under the desk, right? Get your ass under the desk, right? Or go in the hallway, put your coat over your head and ball up, right? Fire drill, into, go out here, we're going to walk across, it's always a drill, never been in no situation. But, we kind of like, we like this, a lot of times that shit would come right when the test was coming, you was happy to, okay, shit. Ain't stayed too long last night. Hey, ask somebody like, hey man, you know what number 6 was and shit, right? That kind of shit, right? So anyway, here was a situation that, again, we're talking about that kind of scenario. But the way they went down, when you hear this story here, let me play it for you first, and then I'll come back, because first I got to set it up first, right? You know how I got to do it. And let me make sure I get everything together here. Is that right? That don't look right. Oh, it should be this one. Okay, so where that is? That's something else, huh? Okay, so lucky I caught that. All right, so I'm going to play these two right quick. And we'll be right back.
Cranston, Rhode Island schools are using a collection agency to go after those with unpaid lunch money. In a letter to parents, Cranston schools say the unpaid lunch balance is now more than $45,000. The school committee unanimously hired the collection agency in October.
All right, on your screen it says Rhode Island School District hires collection agency to collect unpaid lunch balances. Original story that I had from Newsweek says school district hires collection agency to collect debt. But again, Rhode Island School District hires collection agency to collect unpaid lunch balances. This story was done December 8, 2018 from Newsweek. And this is how it reads. A school district in Rhode Island has hired a collection agency to help recover unpaid lunch balances. The Cranston School District in Cranston, Rhode Island sent a letter to parents that the district had hired Transworld System to collect unpaid lunch balances for the district lunch program, NBC 10 News reported. In an effort to reduce our unpaid balance, the district has retained the services of a collection agency. The company is Transworld System, and they will begin their collection effort effective January 2nd, 2019, the letter obtained by the news station said. Raymond Vato, Jr., the Chief Operating Officer of the Cranston Public School District, told NBC 10 News that the district has unsuccessfully attempted to collect the outstanding lunch debt themselves. He told the news station that from September 1st of 2016 to June 30th, 2018, the school district wrote off over $95,000, and the unpaid balances for this year is currently $45,859. The district lunch program cannot continue to lose revenue, Vato told news station. Mark Ralston, AFP, Getty Image. Newsweek has reached out to the Cranston Public School District for comment but did not hear back in time for publication. A typical lunch at a public elementary school in Cranston costs $2.50 per day, while middle school and high school students pay $3.25 a day for their meals. According to NBC 10 News, Vato told the news station that parents who owe the district $20 or more or who have not paid off the balances in 60 days will receive a letter from the collection agency in the beginning next year. Vato told the Providence Journal that the parents also get a letter when the child eats 5 times without any money in their lunch account. Obviously, we continue to feed our kids no matter what the balances are, Vato told the publication. The school district told NBC 10 News that it had offered an alternative lunch of a sandwich, fruit, and milk to students whose parents had a lunch debt, but stopped offering the meals when they noticed parents were not paying the bills. Vato also told the news station that the school district offered free breakfast. In 2017, a law passed in California that bans lunch shaming, which stops schools and school districts from publicly shaming students by denying them lunch or providing a snack instead of a full meal. When President Truman established the National School Lunch Program, it was based on the fundamental principle that we will feed our kids in school because it helps them learn and respect their human dignity. This isn't partisan. Senator Bob Hertzberg previously said in a statement, "When you're treated differently as a child in school, it's shameful, and in this case, the child is being harmed as a tool to collect their parents' debt. That makes no sense whatsoever." Now, I know I was supposed to be doing the other part, but I guess I went here first. So we're going to go here first, and then I'm going to go back to what I talked about. Now, here is situation. Ain't that about something, man? That the school going to send you, a collection agency going to send you a letter that the school said you in debt or in default of paying your child's school lunches. Hey, boy, this place in need of money like a mug, huh? They going to get it wherever they going to get it. They going to squeeze the lemon wherever some juice going to be. They going to do it, right? Can you imagine that? Now, I'm assuming, right, that, again, I looked at some research and found out that this place here is really like a prison town, right? So, you know, those who know about places that got the prison town, a lot of the people that after they done did their bid, you know, because there's a lot of services and stuff that be facilitated. Because, again, they like having a prison because those people who benefit those families who, you know, be family generational that be working up in them penitentiaries and stuff like that. And so here's one of those kind of towns. And I'm pretty sure the majority of people who are there are either descendants or offsprings of people who might have had done time and so forth. But it's a predominantly white 90% town. Like maybe 3% black, right? So you would think that they're talking about lunch and nobody can't pay. You would think they probably be black, but they're probably not black. Or it's a mixture, but there's probably a majority of people of Caucasian descent. So they say, you ain't paying, we'll put this on your credit. Huh? Think about that, getting a letter talking about you ain't paying. I'm trying to fuck up your credit. Huh? What? So you scram to go up there and pay this little bill because, oh, that number was a little, ridiculous. But when you're talking about collective, yeah. But they're talking about each student probably about $20 each. You know what I'm saying? They ain't a lot, because what they're talking about $2. I guess in grade school, $3 if you in high school for the lunch. Again, people ain't got money. But here you say we got to get paid. But the alternative, but we at least give them free breakfast. Right? We give them free breakfast. So, at least you could do is pay for the lunch. Say, because we don't want to be lunch shaming them. You know what I'm saying? Have a little section in the cafeteria where the people who ain't got no money, all the kids sitting over there looking hungry, stomach growling. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know you ain't got no, you're not kids. You can be cruel when you're young, right? You say all kind of crazy shit, right? So I don't want to do that. So we still calculate. We give them at least, they're going to get at least 5 meals, but y'all ain't paying up. So since the kids can't get out the kids, we're going to put it on the parents. Ain't that way to get the bill in there? You looking at shit, you already looking at, you ain't got enough money, can't pay the light bill, cable bill higher than my shit. We paying hundreds of dollars just to watch cable now these days. Right? You got to find alternative ways to get your cable and stuff. So, you ain't gonna put a lunch bill on me. Oh, damn. So, I guess most of them can't even get free. I'm trying to figure if they don't have enough money to pay for lunches, shouldn't they qualify for a lunch program? I mean, that's the way it used to be back then, free lunch. You know what I'm saying? You get, where I came from, you can get free breakfast and free lunches. Some of us slicking up, we can get 2 breakfasts, 2 lunches. We was already kind of straight by the time we got up out of the school, and they had 10-cent cookies and them butter cookies. Who know about them butter cookies? The ones that come out that back, boy. Good, bite your finger off. But anyway, right? So here it is. That was something I'm just setting up because again I'm setting the theme. Let me get the real thing that I was trying to get you on because I think that was real crazy. Let me see if I can find it because it looked like I got shuffled somehow. Not going in the order that I wanted in. So I do got it right here. So let me go and play that one because I already set that up before, right? So I told you as to, again, those drills. Now, this is something that took place. And I'll be right back after this. It should have been here the first time, but somehow it got played the other way. So here we go. Coming right back. Let's see who all are here.
This happened at Lake Brantley High School in Altamont Springs. News 6's Amanda Castro is live at the school tonight. And Amanda, a separate incident after this drill caused even more trouble inside the school.
Yeah, Lisa, it was a crazy day for the students out here. Within the past 30 minutes, I just got an update from the Seminole County School District. They say that a student pulled a prank in the cafeteria today, showing a message on social media that trick students into thinking that there was a real threat, a real shooter on campus.
It did seem totally real.
Lake Brantley High School student McKay Rosello said he heard what sounded like gunshots coming from the cafeteria today. Seminole County Schools telling News 6 a student showed classmates this notification teachers got from an unannounced code red drill earlier in the day, saying there was an active shooter on campus, sending students running, fearing for their lives.
Everyone was booking it. It was just, there was no one was walking. I could say that. We jumped fences and stuff like that. A friend of mine almost twisted his ankle. Yeah, everyone was running in the cafeteria. People were just getting trampled because of that. So a friend of mine, he fell, and it was chaos.
That unannounced code red drill happened around 10:21 this morning and was unrelated to the cafeteria incident. No one, including parents, teachers, administrators, or students, knew it was happening. Teachers and students locking themselves inside their classrooms, later learning it was just a drill. Parents found out about the drill about an hour later on the high school's Facebook page. Many outraged, saying the district shouldn't scare the students, and this should have been handled better. And right before our live shot, I just got off the phone with the Seminole County School District again. They told me that student got a copy of that notification from the code red drill by taking a picture from a teacher's either phone or computer, a teacher who gets that alert, which is not policy. So that is something that the school district is now going to look into to see if that's what happened here and how they can make sure that doesn't happen again. The school district telling us this was a planned unannounced drill. They purposely didn't tell anyone about it because they want to make sure students and teachers react to the situation as real as possible, but you saw parents still upset about that. Of course, we're working to gather more information, and we'll keep you posted as soon as we learn any new details on air and online at clickorlando.com. Lisa?
Amanda Castro reporting live for us tonight. Thank you.
A high school descended into utter chaos after students were told a fake active shooter drill was real. You know I'm going to say that again. A high school descended into utter chaos after students were told a fake active shooter drill was real. This story was done December 7, 2018 from the BuzzFeed News. And this is how it reads. A code red drill at Lake Brantley High School in Altamonte Springs, Florida, caused a hysterical and chaotic scene at the school on Thursday as students, faculty, and parents were led to believe there was an active shooter on campus. Multiple students and one parent told BuzzFeed News that students were crying, running for their lives, and suffered panic attacks during the drill. Some said they knew of students who were trampled and left physically injured. Students and parents are now infuriated with how the drill was handled and claim school officials are deflecting any blame. Students are also taking to social media to show the mess it caused and for the principal of Lake Brantley to take responsibility. At about 10:30 a.m. on Thursday, students and teachers were alerted to an announcement made over the intercom that the school was on code red and that it was not a drill. Joel Whittig, a 17-year-old senior at the school, told BuzzFeed News her teacher received an alert on her phone and that there was an active shooter on school grounds, and that panic began to spread through her class and the rest of the student body. She shared the alert with the class because she started to panic a bit, and the rest of the class started panicking. Whitney said, "We waited for a long time. It was pretty distressing." After about 30 minutes, she said teachers were then finally alerted that it was an unannounced code red drill. "We were confused why they didn't just say it was a drill," said Whittig. The confusion quickly turned into chaos when a follow-up intercom announcement made during the lunch hour trying to clarify that the code red was a drill and not real. Couldn't be deciphered because of poor speaker sound quality. Students continued to believe there was an active shooter on the premises. Freshman Jenny Vega, 15, told BuzzFeed News she was in the cafeteria when she heard another intercom announcement saying code red several few more times, but she couldn't make out what it was trying to say. Because nobody could hear, we thought there was another code red, and I remember just feeling my heart go down my stomach. I threw my food to the ground, Vega said. She said she witnessed a mass uproar and exodus and watched students stampede over each other trying to flee the cafeteria building. She herself believed there was an active shooter and began to make a run for it. Students were running out of the cafeteria. Students were pushing others. Some got trampled on. Some did make it out of the school, she said. I grabbed two of my friends and tried to bolt out of the school when a teacher tried to stop us, but we went past her and tried to leave, but we couldn't because they were trying to block the exits. A senior at the school who wished to remain anonymous told BuzzFeed News she was in anxiety and was shaken by the series of events. When school officials came around to check out our doors during the drill that students didn't realize was a drill, everyone audibly grasped because we were all scared, she said. Several students said their friends associated nearby construction noise with gunshots, causing more of a panic. Multiple students told BuzzFeed News they texted their parents and family members distraught. Parents told BuzzFeed News they were scrambling to call the school and local authorities for answers as this was all happening some rushed to the school. I saw a bunch of kids running to their parents sobbing because they thought they were going to die, the senator said. Leedy Lore, whose son is a freshman, told BuzzFeed News she received a dizzying call from her son who never stopped running during the entire call. Her son was telling her everyone was in full-fledged run out of the building and running as fast and as far away as they could get. The only thing that went through my mind is Parkland. That's it. I was hysterical, Lore said. Colleen Eskin, the mom to a senior at the school, said she too was terrified as her child was telling her and the family she was locked in a closet and told her it was a real shooting taking place. Eskin, Lord, and many other parents said they were deeply troubled by how the drill was miscommunicated and are concerned for the trauma their kids have now endured. I understand that unfortunately we have to practice these drills for the safety of the kids. I'm concerned about the psychological repercussions when active shooters and not a drill are communicated, Eskin said. When Eskin reached out to the principal of the school, Dr. Trent Daniel, with her concern, she received a response from the principal saying the drill went well, and the disruptions were caused entirely by students posting to social media. Daniel additionally wrote in a message to the community that the school is looking to discipline the startled students who tweeted about the drill and shared footage of the madness online. According to her email, she stated the drill was conducted in conjunction with the local Seminole County Sheriff Office. Daniel Lake Brantley High School officials and the Seminole County Sheriff Office didn't return the request for comment. Take responsibility, Laura said about the email, which other parents received from the principal. Say you messed up. Acknowledge that students got hurt and that traumatized these kids. She also demanded school officials investigate what went wrong and how the drills was carried out to implement a plan to never let this happen again, she said. Michael Lawrence, a spokesman for the school district, told the Orlando Sentinel that these surprise fake drills are intended to keep people on their toes. The reason we do unannounced drills are so people will take it seriously, he said. The only way to get their attention and ensure they're doing what they're supposed to do is to do the unannounced drill. I think we need to teach safety without causing emotional scars, said Eskins in response to this logic. Some students are still reeling from scary events. As soon as my brother dropped me off at my house, I hugged my mom and sister for a solid 10 minutes and then wouldn't let them out of my sight, once he told BuzzFeed News. It wouldn't surprise me if students had PTSD from the incident. So you see that this high school, right, had a drill, right? And it was unannounced, supposedly, right? That even the teachers didn't know. And so when the alert went off, you know, it was in the minds of those who didn't know, it was in reality, right? But check this out. When you see that video, right, did you see how the media tried to slip and say that it was a student who caused the chaos? Did y'all catch that? Did you catch it? They said that the student that got the picture, right? But when you read the article, it said that when the alert went off in the classroom, the teacher, who was also shocked, started to relay what she got to the students, and students was looking at it. And so guess what? They panicking. So somebody took a screenshot, and guess what they doing? They sent it, you know, going viral. They trying to they light flashing before their eyes. They know how they people is with them guns in them schools. Huh? They know. That's like those of us who live in environments that, you know, in certain, you know, area, we know how, you know, the environment can be. There's certain understanding and knowledge of the danger. In this case, this may not be us, but again, you're looking at who this is, and when that comes down, there ain't no joke to them. They know that's real business. That's real talk happening right here. Mama coming in here, Combine, Parkland. You know what I'm saying? They was. What the one boy said? He was talking to his mama. He was running the whole time. He never stopped running. He was doing Forrest Gump. He was not gonna stop. He was just running and running and running and running. You understand? So now they upset. They said, wait a minute. So the principal was like, man, this was good. This is the way we planned it. We want you to be in the mindset to be prepared. Right? You ain't supposed to be knowing, because if you know, if we tell you, like how, where we come from, we just hear the bell go off, right? And then, okay, everybody, we done did this before, so, get in line, get your coat, and all that stuff, right? We don't know about none of that shooting shit, the whole damn school shit. No, I don't know nothing about none of that shit. Maybe you do. I ain't never heard no shit like that. I'm getting jumped at the school and all that other shit, but they're shooting at the school shit, and yet we be having... what they call that? Metal detectors, right? But black schools, they got metal detectors. Now, the shooting be within the community, and again, how they encompass the school zone, so they can catch most who they catch in with the work. You within the confines of the school zone, because again, if you understand about real estate, that the school sits in the middle of the 16 blocks. So when they do them feats and shit, and then they throw that on you too. They tagging on more time on your ass, right? So we get that. So the environment that around the school, but it don't be so much in the school that shit be taking place. But when it come to them, oh no, when that shit go off, it's showtime. You understand? And that's exactly what happened. It was showtime, and motherfuckers lost them to my PTSD. Yeah, right, whatever that alphabet they said, right? They was having that, right? Really? Shit. Come around my way, huh? Come around my way, huh? Come around our way. You have more than PTSD. You have way more than that shit. But anyway, that was the story, right? Again, we know how it go, y'all. Gun business is real business. When the time comes, we know how it goes. So here today, but the principal said that was good work. We got what we needed you to be in the mindset. And they was like, well, why are they holding the board doors and can't get out? So anyway, let's move on, y'all. I'm setting the foundation. I got to do it. So, where I want to go now? Where I want to go? Well, let's put it like this, right? Let's do this. Because, see, right now in the air. Matter of fact, before let me do this. Let me see who all up in here. Let me see who on the fan. I got about 7 in the house. Okay, that would be a little bit more, but okay, I'll take that. I ain't greedy. So let me say what's up to the fam in the house. I got CDG. Hey, what's good, girl? What's good? Ebony Cameron. Hey, what's good? And Leonard DeYuda. What's good, brother? Good to see y'all in the house. Glad to see y'all having sit down and enjoy yourself a little bit. Well, it's working. I'm trying to get it. I'm gonna be able to put that phone on. Let y'all come on and do what y'all do. Come on, get some of that wisdom. Y'all got some of that perspective. I don't want to be the only voice in here, but I'm glad to see y'all in here tonight. Now, there's something that's going on in the air. It seems like somebody is trying to push something on us, right? Again, I talked about the last show I did, right? I talked about about not so much again about the Kevin Hart per se, the individual, but again about that whole stigmatization, right? Again, like black men or black people seem to be against, the LGBT life or homosexual life or gay life, right? Again, we already talked about where the foundation of our education started with, and I told them, or those who might have heard, that you need to go with that. But we ain't gonna touch that right now. I'm gonna get back to that. But again, as that day when I talked about it, I was talking about how, like, in the Vatican, it has this issue and it's trying to clean house, right? They got some shit going on and everybody know, but it's kind of like mum's the word, don't say nothing, We see it, but we don't supposed to say nothing. So I seen this article come out today, right? Well, I'm not gonna do that. Hold on. Let me pump the. I'm going to pump the brakes on that one. Because I got another story I want to do before I go there. So keep that thought in mind. But this one here, I thought about it. I forgot I got this one here. All right. Now, again, you know how it go. We always deal with, again, that's on your screen. It's always about race, right? It's always about race. So what happens is, say you in your job, the profession you do, maybe you even own your own business or whatever it might be. Okay, let's say you're an employee, right? And your job requires you to have to maybe travel, go into other communities, maybe not like the community that you come on, you know, like some of us, we do nickel and dime amongst other people for safety that we believe that to be, right? We believe safety over there, better schooling, and all. We tell ourselves all that stuff, right? So let's say your profession has you do home, you know, you do like door to door. You have to come in, right, and that whole stuff. Well, what if this take place? Huh? Look what happened here. Let me show you this and I'll come back. Check this out. I don't have no visual for this either, too. That's the other thing. Black nurse accused officer of racial profiling. That is the story that I'm going to read, but originally that's what it said. But what you see on your screen is it's the same story. They just changed the title of it. Black nurse says she was interrogated by Tennessee Sheriff Deputy after entering white woman's home. Again, black nurse accused officer of racial profiling. This was done in Newsweek today, December 12th or December 10th. 2018, and this is how it reads. Stephanie Dash, a nurse with Amitasit Home Health, says she was inside a patient's house conducting an assessment in Franklin, Williamson County, where she noticed an officer peeping through the window and knocking on the door, the Tennessean reported. When Dash answered the door, the officer asked where Jane Doe was and said that the local sheriff department had received a call saying someone was looking suspicious in the neighborhood. The patient informed her that I was her home health nurse and confirmed that I was supposed to be there. Dash wrote in a Facebook post describing the incident. I had nursing equipment in my work bag with my company logo on it. I had on scrubs and everything, stethoscope hanging from my neck. She still was not convinced. So I went to my car and gave her my ID. Even with my ID, she continues to question me to the point where I said, okay, I'm calling my company immediately. Dash contacted her boss, who asked the officer, identified as Rhonda Casillas, on speakerphone if she was saying the nurse looked suspicious because she was black. Casillas allegedly denied this, saying she just wanted to know what Dash was doing in the neighborhood. When the nurse asked for the ID card back, she said the sheriff refused initially. She stood there for a few minutes, just looked at me, and then handed it back. Dash wrote, I went back inside to try and finish my visit up with my patient. However, Dash said that Casillas kept interrupting, asking the patient again whether the nurse was meant to be in the house. At this point, Dash said that she packed up her things and attempted to leave, only to find 2 more police cars had pulled up outside the house. When the nurse asked Casillas to move her vehicle so she could leave, she was initially told she had to wait before eventually being allowed to go a few minutes later. Not only did you interrupt my patient care, you also delayed me from getting to other patients in need. All for what? Dash wrote. The treatment you gave was uncalled for. The way you handled the situation was unprofessional. Your attitude was disrespectful. You are a racist, treating innocent people like they don't have the right to be in certain areas. I honestly don't feel like you deserve a badge. I've been doing home care for 1.5 years. Never have I ever done something like this in my nursing career, she added. Dash said that she filed a complaint with the Williamson County Sheriff's Office. After the incident took place, according to the department, the officers in question is still on patrol while an investigation takes place. Sharon Puckett, a spokesman for the WSCO, said, "We are investigating and working to determine if there is audible or video from the call with Dash and Castillas." The deputy was answering a suspicious person call after someone in the neighborhood reported seeing someone going from house to house. Dash employer, MSC, said they stood behind the nurse as well as all the company's other workers who make home visits to patients every day. "We believe all of our clinicians, including Mrs. Dash, should be able to visit the homes of our patients to provide the highest quality of care without undue interference or profiling," the company marketing director Kendra Kimmons said. "We also respect and appreciate the role local law enforcement plays in keeping our community safe. We're confident that the Williamson County Sheriff Department will investigate this situation and take whatever actions is appropriate." All right, so they have a black nurse, Black nurse. Remember back those who've been around? Remember back in the day, those on that the black nurse that was on TV. Matter of fact, she also played what was that? Mr. Welfare, when it was James L. Jones and them. Can't get married because child support, welfare, right? You know what I'm talking about. So here was his nurse doing her, her rounds, doing home health care for people who are in need of care. But oh no, somebody's seen her. "You don't belong around here, Docky. This is a sundown town. You look a little suspicious. You look a little suspicious. So I'm going to call the police." Boy, everybody got neighborhood watch. See, when you come with that other uniform on, it ain't got nothing to do about your profession. It ain't got nothing to do with your profession. It's got something to do with the wrong jersey on, right? And here she was just doing what she was doing, and somebody decided to, again, we commend when we have neighbors who watch your house when you ain't there, right? You commend it. That's neighborly community. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to look after one another. But in this case here, did you make up some shit? Did you just kind of conjure and made up some shit just to, again, maybe just, again, sometimes some people, I remember, I forgot what story that I had did where talking about, well, I'd rather had been safe to sorry about the one of the dude that got in the hall, that came in and she didn't want to let him in and call police. Well, even if he wasn't, it was okay for the simple fact that, I could have saved people's life. Well, okay, it go cut both ways. You either harassing or it becomes profiling or it is what you said it was. So when it's the other way, it's kind of like, well, whatever, we was trying to protect each other. There was nothing, no harm, no foul. Yes, it is. Yeah, it is. Because, see, you see how the sister there, Stephanie Dash, felt, right? She was like, hey, I've been working this almost 2 years. Never, ever have I ever had to run into something like this. And here it is, after I give you all my credentials. She showed you, she said, wait a minute, first of all, before I give you my credentials, I got on scrubs. I got a stethoscope. Now, okay, yes, people do put on costumes and bra, but don't get it twisted. I know that happens, right? All right? No, but then you ask the person, Jane Doe, they didn't give her name, right? Say, Jane Doe, hey, Jane Doe, is this person supposed to be here? She's like, yeah, okay, yeah. Cop couldn't take that. Like, maybe he thinking his mind, again, always the worst when it comes to this. Wait a minute, you see this woman? If you should go look at the store, see that sister. Come on. All right. So, okay. Anyway. So, he's still not satisfied, even though Jane Doe done told him, hey, she belongs here. So, she like, look at that. I'm getting agitated with this. I'm just go ahead and just leave. And, okay. But they wasn't going to let her leave. And all of a sudden, there's more cars pulling up. And she looking like, wait a minute, what this all about? You want me to call Massa? Do you want me to call my Massa And, you know, again, because I don't got a pass, I done showed you my black code pass, and that still ain't gonna let me call Massa. Massa, I got a patrolman, you know, patty roll, he questioning me. Let me give me that. And then they had an exchange. Still, after the officer talked to Massa, didn't want to get back the ID, didn't want to get back the pass, right? Like, okay, now, obviously you must got an issue with this woman being the nurse. Yes, okay, hypothetically, we going to just have to say there was a call. But again, you know how it is if we go back in the background and do that research and come to find out that there was never no call about nobody suspicious that could be there, or it could have been there. But again, once everything had ironed out, right, it was all crinkly, you didn't know, and it got ironed out, but you still being persistent because there's something in you. I want to make sure you're supposed to be in this house. Huh? You going a little bit extra out of your way. Right? So, there's going to be an investigation. But guess what's going to happen? Because if you heard in the story that it snuck it in there, snuck it right up in there, it said the only way is that there was a recording by the cops. Now it's your word versus their word, and guess what? There ain't gonna be no video. Cause you know, come on, Caucasian folks, white folks, you know, as you heard in the thing, as much as that person who that they work for say clinicians and Miss Dash, that they should be able to traverse and do their job, but we know the rebuttal was and the PS was, but we know that the police do their job, and we know that they do great work. And let the investigation happen. What's going to end up happening? Oh, no, they're not going to, hey, Tom, that was a good job, man. I mean, yeah, I understand. There's a possibility. You could have been getting robbed. You're just doing your job. Right? Now, after the woman that did all this, gave you ID, got on the whole costume and everything else, the woman at whose house it is and told you that still wasn't good enough. But then we always making it up when you start that. We making that shit up. But you know, it's always there. Anyway, we're going to move on. Moving on. Now, before I was going to that story, because again, like I said, I was setting up. And that story snuck out of there like it should have been in there anyway. So I'm going to go back to it. Now, remember there's something in the air going on, right? There's something going on in the air with, you know, seeing like the Caucasian white folks seem to be having this thing that they want to take people who they think that supposedly are leaders or people admire, have a certain profile, status that they done gave, and they say, well, we want something to do for us. We want to make sure that you tell the rest of them, because a lot of them are having issues about what we're trying to, you know, make part of society a norm. I understand why you guys just can't go along with it. But as I was saying earlier, remember the Vatican is trying to clean house, and it says something directly, as again, as I said, if you who under that kind of persuasion or this is your lifestyle, your issue don't come with the lumpen proletariats of the nation. Your issue comes with that who controls, who wrote that book. You got to get them and make them say that God didn't say that, right? But even with that being said, but you do have a lot of other things that happens out here, but I don't see nobody connecting the dots to it. It seems like this here that I'm about to show you is separate from that there. What are you talking about, Mr. Blow? Well, let me show you what I'm talking about. Right? Let me show you what I'm talking about. Hold on, let me do this. And go one there, and right, do I got a second story to that? Let's see, hold on. Yeah, I should have one, right? Okay, so I got a back-to-back. Play this for you right quick, and then I shall be back afterwards. Hundreds of sexual abuse cases reported at children across the United States. You know I'm going to say that again. Hundreds of sexual abuse cases reported at children's camps across the United States. This was done by CBS News, December the 10th, 2018, and this is how it reads. CBS News has identified hundreds of reports of sexual abuse that occurred at children's camps across the United States. We found reports of more than 500 victims who were allegedly sexually abused at children's camps over the past 55 years. At least 21 of those cases surfaced this year alone. Victims advocate tells us the real number of abuse cases is likely much higher, since many are never reported. In the story you'll only see on CBS This Morning, correspondent Jerika Duncan spoke to a woman whose son accused a camp counselor of abusing him in 2009. For her son's protection, she wanted both of them to remain anonymous. After you took a shower, you put on your towel, and he didn't want you to wear underwear under it, the Texas boy said in the video, telling a psychologist what a camp counselor did to him in 2009. It allegedly happened over the course of 12 days at an overnight summer camp named Camp La Junta. He would check all the kids, but under their towel. He said he wouldn't look under there, he'd just stick his hand up. When he returned home, the boy's mother said she knew something was wrong. He was a different kid, said the woman identified as Jane Doe. He was not the happy-go-lucky little boy that loved to play outside. He was totally different. He just wanted to lay on the couch. It wasn't until 10 months later that her son revealed a 20-year-old camp counselor named Matthew Bovey had allegedly molested him. Duncan asked, "And what was your initial reaction?" "I wanted to throw up," Jane replied. "I was nauseous, and all I could think of is to tell him I love him." It's a story that's been repeated again and again across the United States, combing through reports dating back to the 1960s. CBS News counted at least 578 victims who were allegedly sexually abused at children's camps. "That's probably just the tip of the iceberg," said John Conte, who studied child abuse and trauma at the University of Washington. He described how camps can sometimes create opportunities for predators. "I think it's isolation from parents. It's out of a normal routine. Some kids are a little bit older and they're feeling more independent, and they may have a false sense of security," Conte said. More than 14 million people attend camps each year, but there are no national regulations for camps to follow. 8 states have no requirement for overnight camps to be licensed, and 18 states don't require background checks for employees. Further complicating matters, more than 20,000 camp counselors came from foreign countries on visas last year. If they did have anything on their records, security experts say it might not show up in the typical background check. Raina Mancarius, who has been working on this issue, Crime Stopper of Houston, said it's a big problem. If we can level the playing field, create national standards that all camps have to uphold for their accreditation, for licensing, for permitting, for certification, then you start making it more difficult for predators to find their way in, she said. As for Matthew Bovey, he accepted a plea deal for injuring a child, a felony. The judge sentenced him to 10 years probation and allowed him to walk free. Jane Doe said, "I just remembered at that point I was not going to let this go." Bovey later violated the terms of his probation and has been in prison ever since. 2016, the family settled a lawsuit, Camp La Junta, for an undisclosed amount. The camp declined an on-camera interview, but sent CBS This Morning a statement saying they are proud of what they described as their safe, outstanding summer camp experience. They say they remain heartbroken over the campers' 2009 experience. Jane Doe told Duncan, "Camps are wonderful. Camps are a part of growing up. My other children attend camp, but I check very carefully now the camp. Don't listen for a camp owner to tell me how the camp is. There are organizations like American Camp Association and Presbyterian that monitors camps and issue accreditations based on safety. The mother we spoke with suggests parents should check directly with those organizations to see if camps are accredited. It should have been a video with that, but I don't know. At the end of the video, see it won't play. Okay, there was actually a video that goes with that and it wouldn't play. So that story right there is basically this story that came out today talking about hundreds of sexual abuse cases reported. Tenure camps across the United States. Now, again, those who that lifestyle is what you say this is who you are, then don't be offended. Don't be offended. How do you separate your lifestyle that, okay, let's say me as a heterosexual man, right? If a person who's doing, according to what they say that heterosexualness is, and doing something that is out of the norm of that, or let's say within the norm of that, let's just say a womanizer, a person who is just going from, woman to woman to woman to woman, or a woman who they call loose, right? She just going man, woman. All right, so that would be an issue with that. That's part of the genre of heterosexualness, right? That would be in it. So that which those who under the lifestyle of LGBTQT, right? But then where does this fall in amongst that is the question. Where does, when you see that these cases of pedophilia, right, just like what's going on with the church and all that, does that also, is that cousin, family, kinship to that? Do we get to say that? Because as you heard the little boy saying that he was a camp counselor. Now, it wasn't like, again, we won't condone, because even in the laws today, they said when you have these women teachers having children or sex with, some of the students, they're charging them, right? You should be fucking the damn students. What the hell's wrong with you, right? So, in this case, you have a counselor who was male, who's doing it to little males. So isn't that in the same genre? Is that or somehow it's been separated? Like, this is kind of taboo to saying it because people feel like that you're saying something negative. But no. What's this? Are we to separate that? Because I think there's a reason why they separate that, because again, if you start looking at that and then we're talking about this and they're saying the atrocities of that, then there's going to become a diagnosis under the person who's doing that, right? I'm just saying, right? Right? So there's a problem when they're having people who are getting away with this kind of shit. But we don't want to classify it the way it is. We're trying to separate it. So there got to be some kinship to it, because again, okay, do these people who perform these kinds of acts, is their normal lifestyle in the same genre as this other thing here? Or is this something different entirely that has not been classified? Because I'm trying to, again, because as I said, there's some confusing shit going out here, and then everybody is trying to make our people accept something, and it's like, I don't think we go around ridiculing people. I think it is what it is. I think a lot of it is just the own stigmatization of their mind, again, because again, like I said, your gripe or your argument isn't with the nation or the lumpen protest of the society who has been reared by the book. Your problem is the book and the people who that book said that's where your problem is at, right? So here's something that came out of the story, and then again, there's a problem, and it's not like it's like, again, we wouldn't condone if it was a man sleeping with young girls. But you get what I'm saying? But again, this man and a woman, right? So that would fall under, if I classify myself as a heterosexual, that would be under the heterosexualness. Now, when you have two people of the same sex, doesn't that still get classified over in there? Or we don't get the, it's kind of like black people. Everybody get to be black, right? When they come to the United States, everybody get to be classified with the DOS, and yet they don't be DOS, and they use it for their benefit, and then jump out when the shit get hot, right? And it seems like that's the same thing here. Like, you're not accepting that part as being inclusive with the rest of the family, right? So maybe that's where some of the stigmatization comes from, where society is that aspect of it. Maybe not so much about you per se, but you got some bad family members. You get what I'm saying? You got some family members who, please pass the jelly. You ever seen that commercial and shit? The great people, would you please pass the jelly? They was all in there rich and shit, all pearls and shit. And she faint. Oh, it was a cousin and shit, right? In the old country bunking. Would you please pass the jelly? Well, is they family? Is they not family? You get what I'm saying? All right. So the next story, we're going to move on. I ain't going to go too long on that, because I know y'all going to cut my mic. Right? You're going to cut my mic. So, what about this? Right? Let's take this story, because this story hot too. Oh, yeah, we're getting into it now, right? I'm going there. It's the news. It's the news. It ain't picking on nobody. I'm not going after nobody. This is in the news, right? So, okay, let's talk about it then. All right, so hold on. Let's see. Okay, now, let's see, hold on. All right, okay. Well, okay, what you doing, Terry? Okay. All right, so let me play these, and then we'll come back. Hopefully they all playing.
For Heisman winner Kyler Murray, but just hours after being voted college football's best player, he was forced to apologize after some old tweets came back to haunt him.
This morning, a star quarterback known for his dominant offense is now playing defense, just hours after etching his name into college football lore. Oklahoma quarterback Kyler Murray's Saturday to Remember quickly turned sour after tweets he posted as a teenager containing offensive language resurfaced. According to multiple reports, some of Murray's posts contained homophobic slurs. The tweets were deleted after he hoisted college football's top individual award. Then the 21-year-old responded online, writing, "I apologize for the tweets that have come to light tonight from when I was 14 and 15. I used a poor choice of words that doesn't reflect who I am or what I believe. I did not intend to single out any individual or group." Murray is just the latest public figure to face controversy over his past behavior on social media.
So I just got a call from the academy, and that call basically said, "Kevin, apologize for your tweets of old, or we're going to have to move on and find another host."
Just last week, old tweets and comedy routines poking fun at gay people cost Kevin Hart his shot at hosting the 2019 Oscars.
Talking about the tweets in 2009, 2010. I chose to pass. I passed on the apology.
A short time later, Hart did apologize and announced he was stepping down from the high-profile gig. Now, comedian Nick Cannon is speaking out, showing support for his friend Hart by posting old tweets from other comedians, including Chelsea Handler, Sarah Silverman, and Amy Schumer, that contain offensive language about homosexuals. Tweeting, "Interesting, I wonder if there was any backlash here."
We should point out Kyler, not the first athlete to face some controversy over past tweets either.
No, this is not an isolated incident. You have a couple. You have Dante DiVincenzo. He was named most valuable player during the Final Four. He had tweeted out some profane rap lyrics. You also had Josh Allen, a college quarterback, that on the night of the draft, some of his racist language in tweets resurfaced, and he was forced to apologize. You know, a reminder that those tweets exist, but there are people looking for them as well.
It's also, you know, it begs the question, not to diminish what was said or tweeted, but it does beg the question, at what age, you know, I mean,
I certainly would not want to be judged by what came out of my mouth at age 14 or 15, that's for sure.
All right.
Thanks, Steph.
Thank you, Steph.
Heisman Trophy winner Kyler Murray apologizes for old homophobic tweets. You know I'm going to say that again. Heisman Trophy winner Kyler Murray apologizes for old homophobic tweets. This story was done, look like it's today, December 10th, 2018, from CNN News. This is how it reads. Heisman Trophy winner Kyler Murray apologizes for old homophobic tweets. Hours after winning college football's most prestigious award, Oklahoma University quarterback Kyler Murray apologized on Sunday for using homophobic language in a series of tweets dating from 2011 and 2012. The Twitter message date to when Murray, now 21, was 14 or 15 years old. In the tweets, he used the word queer or queers to mock others. Many, although not all, of the offending tweets have since been deleted. He apologized in the early morning hours on Sunday. I used a poor choice of words that doesn't reflect who I am or what I believe. I do not intend to single out any individual or group, he said. Murray was awarded the Heisman Trophy on Saturday night for leading fourth-ranked Oklahoma to a 12-1 record and a spot on the college football playoff. They will play top-ranked Alabama on December 29th in Miami. Despite his talents as a quarterback, Murray's future may be in Major League Baseball. He was drafted 9th overall this year by the Oakland A's and is scheduled to report to spring training in February. Murray joins a number of other sports figures and celebrities who have been criticized for past tweets that use inappropriate language. Twitter's website and search functions makes it simple to search people's past posts for slurs and other inappropriate words. On Friday, comedian Kevin Hart stepped down from hosting the Oscar after homophobic tweets he sent between 2009 and 2011 surfaced. He initially said he did not want to apologize because that would contribute to feeding the internet trolls, but he later offered an apology to the LGBTQ community. Okay, so that was Kyler Murray, who had just won his Heisman Trophy, right? And upon him winning, went back to when he was 15 years old about some stuff he had said. It made him apologize. Matter of fact, he was forced to apologize, again, due to the simple fact that he was receiving an award. Now, you know, you got to ask yourself, right, when they talk about this homophobicness, right, and they talk about homophobia. Now, according to Wikipedia, it defines, it says that it encompasses a range of negative attitudes and feelings towards homosexuality or people who are identified or perceived as being lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transgender. It has been defined as contempt, prejudice, aversion, hatred, antipathy, and may be based on irrational fears and is often related to religious belief. Right? So let's look at that. Contempt, prejudice, and hatred, aversion, antipathy. That's black folks. That is black folks. That's black folks. That's black people in America. People of the descendant of the DOS of this land. Right? We get all that. But it has nothing to do with our sexual preference. right? Now, it don't make it right, but what I'm saying is, when somebody look at you, no one can know off bat unless there's, again, people will say there's tendencies and ways that certain people move that they can tell, right? But primarily, no one can tell that right off the bat. But when you see somebody of color, you see that right away, right? As we talked about earlier with the nurse who was just doing her job. And somebody said, suspicious, just going door to door. Now, you could be LBGT, right? Homosexual, transgender, and all that. And that won't, you say aversion and contempt and all that, that won't come until somebody gets to the point they actually figure that out, right? But it doesn't condone it. It's just saying that, again, the one part that it talked about, it said that religious belief. Again, that's what I already said it. I already know what it is, right? We know what it is. The religious belief is the foundation. When you're talking about our people, that was the first education that we got. Under the duress, oppression, and everything that came with that, the whole package for generations, the only thing that we was able to get was the words, the stories, and what they envisioned with that belief of that. And they belief of that had to be real because, again, if you was under the conditions that we were under and still under, God had to come real to you. Do I have to say that again? God has to come real to you because of the condition you are in, the oppression you are in. You understand? The whole nine that come with our whole our encounter since we've been this whole historical aspect, right? Now, this is what you fed them. Now, again, until you come, that who created that, the institution that created that, come out and say, well, I only use this shit to program the people and make them believe. Other than that, you're not going to be able to change people when their belief system is what they believe, and that's belief. They say that's God because God became real to the people who took that. Now, God has been lost due to the fact of what has happened and the degradation of society and all the shit they keep going through, to the fact that God ain't real to them because they say we can't find God. We don't see God no more. But they seen God back then. They don't see God now because the devil is big and he's doing what he's doing, right? So now what it is you want to attack the people who you gave the only education that they started with, who have more fervency than any other people that come here who claim to be under that. Now you want to take that and make that not real to them by saying they're being homophobic and all that. Again, people say a lot of stuff. And are we going to say that gay LGBT people don't have those same kind of hatreds? Oh, they can't be under that, right? That can't happen. A gay LGBT transgender person don't have hatred. They don't say slurs. They don't do none of that, right? So you get clean slate to everything, but everybody else, if they look or say some stuff, again, when you're young, you said, again, I was talking about being in school and being in the cafeteria and that whole thing. Kids say a lot of crazy stuff when they're coming up. That, again, the way that society now is trying to mold and make everything mollycoddle is to say, oh, you can't bully, you can't say this, you can't do that. Used to be the part of the ritual. That was part of the, the grooming. That's what got you a certain way. How you get molded a certain way. So when you take all that away, now people just confused as fuck. So now I said some stuff that I got to go back about some stuff, so that means everything you ever said. Now, the problem here I'm going to have is, it's funny, if we want to talk about pulling up shit of the past, then if we're going to deal with it and make people accountable for it, then why the fuck you ain't dealing with black folks? When you going to deal with black folks and the shit of that past and the atrocity, and let's go back to that whole thing about the contempt, the prejudice, the hatred, that ain't got nothing to do with religion. You twist that shit and said that God said that you're supposed to subjugate and put these people in that. So now you're going to use this to try to, no. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Because God is real to us. God may not be real to you, because that's why when you throw it and you say, well, then take away, say what it says in the book. Fight that. You ain't going to fight that. But you want to fight the people who believe in it and try to make them feel like something wrong with them. Now, your lifestyle is your lifestyle. You're going to do what you're going to do. But that's your lifestyle. That don't make everybody got to conform just for you. Everybody, again, let me tell you something. Everybody, I don't care how good you walk and how you doing, everybody not going to love your ass. Everybody not going to commend you. Everybody not going to pat you on your fucking back. So if y'all think y'all just going to make everybody do that shit, then who really crazy here? You see? So there's got to be a happy medium here as to what you can be. So again, we're seeing that this is have something bigger than the fact of what you're really putting before everybody. We know what you're really trying to attack at. But again, in order for you to do that, you're going to have to destroy either God or the institution that claimed that God made that. Now, that doesn't mean that people can not, again, that's your, again, to each his own. Everybody, you know, in your own yard. Now, you people who going all out their way to do shit, yes, you penalize them. But you're not going to make everybody have to be conform and accept when they realize that what they believe in is against that. Until that which created that, until God or that institution says, God never said that. You're going to have a hard time. You're going to have, and I guess you're going to slowly, again, I seen something where they said the Chinese is going to go and rewrite the Bible. So I guess they're working on newer generations. Again, this genderless society and all this stuff, and again, that teaches on. That's what you feel. You want to say that the way you came in is different than the way you feel. Again, the cartel, so a man thinking so a man is. Okay, if you want to go with that, go with that. But that don't mean everybody has to be because you are. Now, when people are coming in and attacking you, then okay, you have the right to defend yourself. But let me tell y'all something. We as black folks been going through that shit. You don't get to jump over me and mine because how you feeling, because you better get your ass to the back of the goddamn line. Ever been somewhere lying all the way going the goddamn down around the damn street? So guess what? You don't get to butt every goddamn body. Yes, everybody can be sympathetic to it. Yes, it may not be right. But you don't get over us. You're not getting over us. And that's the problem. Everybody want to try to make it like what our plight is and what it's about us to jump over us. Some of us still here to say, hell no, you're not going to do that shit. So you're going to keep making everybody come out here and apologize. When y'all going to deal with our shit? When you going to deal with our shit? Do not. But you going to make us deal with everybody else's shit. Let's move on, man. Because you know what? That story ain't no time dead. It's going to keep coming rearing its head up. But see, that's what the thing is. See, you seen the double standard. I ain't going to get off that. You seen the damn double standard. Nick Cannon went out and showed you, hey, what about this one, and that one? They ain't taking nothing down. They ain't saying no apology. So guess what? It's only for you. And when I say you mean I'm talking about us. See? So then, is it really about what it is? It's kind of like saying the same thing, right? Let me tell you like this. The same thing is like when they took the words that Louis Farrakhan had said and called him anti-Semitism, right? Anti-Semitic, and they got plastered and everybody came out all with that. But when them boys took that damn picture and did that house that salute, they said, you can't prove that's what we were doing. And y'all went the fuck away like they ain't said shit. Like they ain't said shit. But anytime you want to use that shit against us, see, that's like bullying, huh? They ain't talking about, you ain't probably bullying, but that's what you do. Bullying. You know you got the people in a such a way, you can do what the fuck you want to do with them. Ain't got no repercussions right now. Right now. So everything right now is right now. And you got the upper hand, and you do what you do. But death is way longer than life. I'm going to say that again. Death is way longer than life to our knowledge of it, right? So your little blink of life, your little opulence, and your little bullshit, and all the shit you get away and you do it. Okay, you got it now. I give it to you. You got it, homie. You got it. You got the gun. I'm going to give you my wallet. I'm going to give you my watch, my ring, what else you want. You want my jacket? I'll give you that too. You have it. That's why I see those people may not believe in something beyond. They don't believe in nothing beyond. Right? They don't believe in nothing beyond. So they say right now, that's what they come with, evolution and all that shit. Anything, because it better not be that. It better not be that, because if it is that, somebody in trouble. Like I said, that one that just left too long ago, last week or so, if you could talk to him, if he could come back for just 1 minute right now, he probably tell you something entirely different. You're talking about going back past stuff and talking about want forgiveness for. Can't do it now. See, that's what I'm saying. Y'all better stop this bullshit. Y'all better stop all this bullshit y'all doing, because that's what it is. Anything not to deal with the people who the real atrocity of this land, of this country is, and everybody trying to come in and talk about stepping over time. No. You keep on. You know supermoon coming. You know that's an omen. That's a sign the times is coming. Okay. Y'all keep on. Keep on. I ain't going to tell you what I heard. I'm going to tell you what I know. All right. Let me see who all out here, man. Let me look out here. Come up and I ran up out of here. I didn't want to hear that. Huh? Rock on. Fella Cootie 1360. What's good, sir? What's good? What else I got in here? Yeah, I got to say it like it is, man. Somebody got to do it. Let's see what this is. Apologize. Okay, the Heisman. Okay, now this one here, right? This happened today. Now, see again, as of the thing that I'm talking about, right? Now, let me see. Make sure I get the right ones right. Okay, all right. Check this out, y'all. Now, this happened today, and when I seen this, as I'm talking about what I'm talking about right now, right? What I'm talking about right now. That's what it kind of remind me of. It kind of remind me of some ancestral shit. It kind of remind me. It had that feel. It has that feeling when you look at it. It has that remind us of the spirit. It's gonna hit you in a certain place. If you're from where I'm from, if you're cut from where I'm cut from, it's gonna feel a certain way. What you talking about, Mr. Blows Your Mind? Well, let me show you what I'm talking about, y'all. Check this out. Check this out.
Oh my God! Oh my
Cops caught on video trying to wrestle child away from mom. You know I'm going to say that again. Cops caught on video trying to wrestle child away from mom. This story was done December the 9th, 2018, coming from the New York Post. This is how it reads. A group of NYPD officers tried to rip a child from his mother's arms at a Brooklyn Food Assistance Center Friday in a scene captured on video that first sparked outrage and now an investigation. The shock footage posted to Facebook shows a young mother identified by police as Jasmine Heatley, 23, sitting on the floor at a SNAP center in Brum Hill as a uniformed officer attempts to pry her year-old son from her arms, dragging her across the room. In the process, other officers also joined in trying to separate mother and son. Oh my God, oh my God, look what they're doing to us. Look what they're doing to her. Someone can be heard yelling as about 3 officers and at least 1 security guard surround the woman. There's a fucking baby in her hands, someone else screams. At one point, the mother can be seen mouthing, "I'm begging you, please," as she lays flat on the ground. One police officer pointed what appears to be a taser at the protesting crowd as more cops arrive. Monet Sinclair, who posted the video, wrote that the mom sat down on the floor at the 275 Bergen Street Center because there were no chairs left, and she was confronted by a security guard. The mom made the security guard feel dumb, so she called the cops on her, and this was the outcome. Sinclair wrote in the video's caption, "She had her baby in her hands the whole time. I'm so fucking disgusted with the New York Police Department." City Council Speaker Corey Johnson on Sunday called for an investigation into the video, calling it unacceptable, appalling, and heartbreaking. "I like to understand what transpired and how these officers or the NYPD justify this," Johnson tweeted. "It's hard to watch this video." The NYPD said they were investigating the troubling incidents. Cops were called to the center on Friday at 1 p.m. after Human Resource Administrations weren't able to kick out a person they said were being disorderly and blocking a hallway. When officers got to the center, they ordered Heatley to leave, but she refused, they said. HRA peace officer brought the woman to the floor, the New York Police Department said. She was charged with resisting arrest, acting in a manner injurious to a child, obstructing governmental administration, and criminal trespassing. That was a story that was done today. As you see it got choppy, right? You know it was gonna get choppy because you see it's done got turned up, right? It got turned up in here, right? Now, again, as I talked about on the last clip, how people who try to get a front of us butt the line about feelings about that could be warranted, that could be merited. Again, we don't downplay that's your feelings and you feel that okay. But you not above what we go through. Sorry. You, them other ones, none of y'all. What you seen there should have reached in your heart and had somewhere, and they say Akashic records, which is that which is dormant, that is up in your DNA. Something should have resonated with you like, I done seen this before. Somewhere I feel this somewhere. Because see, when you understand, as KRS would say, officer, overseer. Huh? Check the clarity, check the similarity. And then you see the one cop yanking and pulling. Okay, she non-compliant. Right? Due to what the story said, it was about some kind of program where I guess you could either get some food or some help or assistance. And it was crowded, wasn't no places to sit. She's sitting with her son and her on the floor. Somebody got some problems with that. Somehow police is getting called. You know how they do us. And maybe you don't even understand the dire situation she in, that she need this assistance. She hell no, we won't go. Because I need to get something here. I'm here. I'm trying to, take care. Because it's here. You understand what I'm saying? Here's the situation you need to look at. Here's me. Okay, I ain't going to say I'm the sharpest knife in the drawer, but I ain't the dullest knife in the drawer. But I'm going to say, I'm going to put myself in that situation. And I'm going to say, okay, we got a call. We got to go here and get assistance. Okay. Now, this place here is about assisting and helping people. Obviously, this woman is here for some assistance. She's here with a child, right? So, what's the problem here? So, let me talk to this person who made the call. All right, so what's the issue here? She blocking the hallway, whatever the distance and that. We don't have no more seating. Okay, you had a problem with her being on the floor. I mean, okay. In some way we can work this out, because obviously she's here because she needs some assistance, right? And this is what your work, this is what you do, right? So can we find a, common ground of a mind where this can work, and so that, everybody can, get what they kind of doing. Okay, you'll get where maybe, okay, can we find a better place for you to stand and hold your son, or maybe over here somewhere we could find something like that? Can we work it out somewhere like that? No, it didn't happen that way. We don't lock your black ass up, and basically we're going to take this child away from you, right? And so a situation that probably could have been worked out became in a chaotic state, because that person who was pulling on the son couldn't even put himself in the situation. He with his mother, and some motherfucker trying to yank him and take him. And you don't think your mama's supposed to fight for you? I seen about last week, I seen a video where it was I would say either a leopard or a cougar. It was one of the cat families. And she had a cubs. Motherfucking eagle came and swooped up one of the babies. Right? She seen it. She followed it. She left the other ones, yet the eagle had killed the baby, was up in the tree and shit, eating them. That mama still came. That mama came while he was steady eating on the baby, came up in the tree, because they could climb, and killed his ass. But baby was dead already. But she got revenge. She was protecting her baby. Ain't that what you just seen there? That mama was protecting her child the best she could under the circumstances. But it was more of a scenario that I'm going to play after this than what you seen there. This dude didn't have no care about none of that. As a police officer, he's supposed to have a certain kind of mind about how to rectify a situation. Everything ain't lock a motherfucker up. Sometimes you need to be the wisdom between the two people who have a disagreement. If it ain't nothing that's causing life and death. What happened to that to people? What happened to that aspect of people? Everything is about my job and my promotion and my prejudices. Huh? Let's go back to that. Homophobic. What about these prejudices that people got when they dealing with us? Cop come, woman shows ID, shows her, she got on her work gear, she doing patient care, person in the house doing, still had to call the boss, still doing, huh? What you talking about? What y'all talking about? Huh? What y'all talking about? You ain't talking about nothing. So, you yanking this woman child out of her hand. She feeling threatened. Oh, they gonna try to lock me up. Oh, yeah, they gonna try to do it. Yes, you gonna do it. I see what you're doing. It's all good though. So this person, whoever he was, right, is yanking this child. And this is a little baby boy. Now, him being boy. You already remember how they talked about earlier in the show when I talked about them white kids that had that drill that they didn't know, and then they had to go in reality and they were scared out their motherfucking mind, and they talk about, oh, they gotta be trauma and PTSD. What about this baby boy? Is he gonna be trauma? Or nobody give a fuck, he's black. He don't give a fuck. You just take it with your little nigger ass. Take it. Huh? Is that what it is? Take it with your nigger ass, huh? He ain't traumatized. He seen his mama screaming. Seeing people, somebody pull on him, he don't know who the fuck he is. You couldn't deal with that in no better situation? Yes, she might have been combative. Maybe, again, understand that's a mama. Mama's supposed to do that to the umpteenth degree. Protect her. But again, see, because of the condition and what we've been in, nobody respects us. But that omen coming to make that sign, let y'all know. Time coming, y'all. You gonna keep on and keep on. And as y'all talk all this shit, and again, like I said, go attack that book and go say that that don't exist and that God ain't real. That's what you go attack. See, you got to believe it's not real. There ain't no creator. Because then you are not accountable. As remember, talked about the school principal, to be responsible for what you've done. You don't want that. You don't want that. So you can do and bully and do as you feel, because you don't have, nobody can check your hand. I beg to differ. See, and that spirit says, don't fear him who can kill the body. Fear him who can kill the soul, the spirit. That's who. But y'all don't get that yet. You don't get that yet. So you keep on doing and you keep on doing. Oh, the spirit is on us. We're not going to never get at you like you try to make it the boogeyman to be. Because we ain't got to. He done already told you. Vengeance is his. Vengeance is his. So as a reminder of what you just seen, for those who might be a little dormant in your spirit that you kind of forgot, let me show you something. Let me show you something. Let me bring a recollection back to you.
We were to meet here by the auction block. Ah, there he is. Up to now, I worked my place myself. But I could.
He only paid £20 for the wench, and she was nearly 4 months showing. And then, if she didn't take the puff and die.
Gentlemen, your attention, I beg. As advertised, we have a fine cargo of choice, healthy slaves recently landed by the Lord Ligonier, largely from the River Gambia. They've made a fine passage, and in prime, healthy condition. It's a fine batch up here. Careful! We don't need more damaged goods now! First lot, get him out, the gentlemen are waiting, out! Come on, wench! Wenches, gentlemen, first to whet your appetites, as it were. Those desiring to inspect the items being offered for defects and blemishes, please step forward at your pleasure. Calling your attention to the first item being offered for sale. Now, she's a fine black pearl indeed, gentlemen. She's in fine condition. She made the entire trip above decks like a fine lady. You'll find no marks. She's young, she's supple, she's strong. Posture, boy, posture. Use it to wash, to weave, to plow, to sew, what you will. Good investment, gentlemen. Put her to it, and she'll raise you a fine litter of pickaninnies. That's enough, that's enough. But, as the horse said, turning from bottle to bed, enough of pleasure to work. It's time to proceed, gentlemen. Time to stop the looking. Start the bidding. Who will offer me 100 pounds for this fine wench? Do I hear 100 pounds? Do I hear 100 pounds? We'll start at 50. Ooh, I have 50 over here. 50, 50, 50, 55, I'll go 55. I've got 50, 50, 55, I'll give me 60, you'll give me 75, 50. I got a 77 woman who'll give me an 80, 80, 80 over here. 100, 115. 15 once. Twice. Sold to Robert Calvert of Virginia. 115 pounds. Very shrewd purchase.
Now I stopped it is because they cut the mic and then you see they cutting the picture, right? So you got that part out. So I'm gonna stop that part and not play that because again, they don't want that being played, right? So I'm gonna wait for them to come and give us back because the stream is unavailable, it's saying, right? So let's see if they'll stop it entirely. See, it's the most hated on the whole black corner. You don't recognize that by now. You don't even recognize it by now, right? Anything to try to stop it, right? Come on, put it back in there now. Oh, you gonna stop it now? Come on, it's back. I stopped playing it. Come on back with it now. Okay. All right, so let's bring it back. You said no more. I stopped playing that. Not sure whether y'all can hear me or not. I'm just waiting for them to bring it back. I stopped playing. Come on back with it. Okay. So those who are in here, hit that like button. Don't sit up in here. When I'm doing what I'm doing, I'm showing you why I'm the most hated in the black corner of the internet. This is why this show is the most hated. We bring the news to you. We bring the facts to you. You up in here, you hit that like button. If you want me to continue, you hit that like button. You give me something. You let me hold something. Huh? May not get what I'm doing right now. You'll get it at another time. You'll figure it out. Right? All right, I'm back. All right. Where to go, Yuda? Back now. Okay. So let me give you the other part to that. But not that. Because you see what they did. All right, so here's the story of what happened with that. Dutch hospitals don't trust the United States body brokers anymore. Hold on. Let me give it to y'all right. All right, so I'm gonna hit it now. Dutch hospitals don't trust the United States body brokers anymore. You know I'm going to say that again. Dutch hospitals don't trust the United States body brokers anymore. This story was done December 9th, 2018 from the courts. And this is how it reads. United States companies that collect human corpses donated to science, dissect them, and sell body parts internationally for profits are facing international scrutiny after a Reuters report raised ethical and medical concerns over business practices. Two Dutch hospitals, the Academic Medical Center in Amsterdam and the Erasmus Medical Center in Rotterdam, said they'll stop buying body parts for training and research from two American companies. Reuters reported that one, MedCure, is under FBI investigation for potentially selling tainted body parts in Canada and Hong Kong, and the other, Science Care, drummed up business by recruiting donors from hospice and retirement facilities. One incident offered by broker is free cremation in exchange for donating a body. Holland has laws on donated organs, but none pertaining to body parts used for training or research. While people traditionally offer their dead bodies freely for medical research and training, brokers can profit handsomely by separating certain body parts and selling them internationally. Shipping documents reviewed by Reuters suggests MedCure shipped $500,000 in body parts to the Netherlands from 2012 to 2016. Meanwhile, Science Care allegedly underreported the cost of a human head on customs documents declaring it was worth $25 when its true market value in the United States would have been $500, according to Reuters. When contacted for the story, an academic medical center professor whose department brought heads from Science Care said the company practice of recruiting donors and profiting from the sales was unacceptable and that the department would stop ordering from the firm. All right. So I gave you a layout. And in that layout, you've seen that, again, let me say that story is about the purchasing, right? Or actually the selling, right? It's actually the selling of body parts that they said they're not going to buy no more because they said they're giving them bad products, right? Hold on, son. 1 second, y'all. 1 second. One done disappeared all of a sudden, huh? All right, so body brokers are people who are getting bodies, harvesting them, and somewhere they're being dissected and they're sold. Like say back in the day, you would junk your old car, right? They used to have a commercial called Victory Autos and shit, for those who might know what I'm talking about. Victory Auto, you take your car, that old car right there, still worth some money. The door fall off the damn car, tow truck come get it, he give you some straight cash. He give him about $200-$300. But that car right there, because we break it down, alternators still could be reused and refurbished, right? You can all this, break it down, and it'd be way more valuable than what they gave $200-$300. Well, that's what you was hearing in that story. These bodies that these body brokers are brokering, right? They're getting them, and again, you know how people, they're getting cremated and then they're giving people back to ashes. Could be a cat, squirrel, whatever it is, but it don't be the individual, because what somebody might be doing is brokering your loved one. Like I said, a head is $500. So again, as we go back to earlier, what I talked about when you talk about homophobia and homosexuality and LGBT, again, anybody can get this, but who body has the AMA been with the research has been done? Is it just them, or it has something to do with us? Again, a book I suggest a lot of you go read, Harriet Washington's Medical Apartheid, right? Go read that book. And so, who would be the biggest market if you're going to use that to make money and do this research, as we talked about the Gila, right? Henrietta Lacks, right? Remember they took her and then they put her, she all supposedly, can't damn well they didn't get no space because can't get through the big hell bill. But anyway, they up in space and put her in space and all these other places all around the damn world, they got her, right? Henrietta Lacks, her genes, right? That whole thing, that science, right? So now, you got to ask yourself, all that killing that be going on amongst brothers. And then remember we did some stories going back earlier. When I got back, they were talking about the cemeteries and the bodies missing. There's a market somewhere. Remember I keep telling you, black people like the root to the, like the pig, to eat everything from the root to the tune. Everything worth some on you, even when you're dead. So I'm wondering who they giving. Then they say, well, they're giving bad body parts now. Well, again, because again, that stock that you had, it done poisoned them not so much now that they probably not good on the market anymore. They got high blood pressure, they got HIV, they got all kinds of stuff now. And they say, and he still was selling them all. And now they say, I ain't fucking with them no more. They giving us bad shit. But it's not so much today. It's like, who the fuck are they using? That's what you got to ask yourself. Who the fuck are they using? Food for thought. Food for thought. I laid it out. You seen the story. I don't make the shit up. I show it to where I get it right there. It's right there. The only problem is most of you not looking at that shit. So as your whiteologist, I see it and I'll present it. You new to this channel here, hit that like button. Subscribe. Matter of fact, I got to show that shit anyway. So anyway, let me go ahead and get on with the show, because I'm getting on 3 hours. I didn't mean to get that long. But spirit come when it's supposed to. Matter of fact, since we're talking about, since I'm talking about this, how they using, body parts, right? So this story also broke today too, and it's about, let me see. Well, let me make sure I got the right one, because I don't want to play the wrong for you. So I got I got 3, right? 302, 119, 302. Okay. So let me do this. Let me play this for you. And what was I got one more. So one more. What's the other one? I got one more. 319, 302. L2, L5, okay. Alright, so let me do this, and then we'll come back. Play this on top, get this on top of those. Alright, so check this out and be right back.
These pigs may save your life one day. They are genetically modified to have cancer and are now helping this startup find cures.
Pigs are 98% similar to humans, so while researchers have been able to cure cancer thousands of times in mice models, it still hasn't been solved yet in humans. So we have a biomedical cancer model that precisely mimics the human condition. So by using the pig model, they're in a much faster pathway to finding a patient cure.
These pigs live at Recombinetics' secret farm outside of the Twin Cities.
These two pigs were engineered to have a disease called neurofibromatosis type 1 or NF1. This is a disease that affects 1 in 3,000 children. We have gone ahead and made an exact human mutation in the gene in our pigs. We've learned so much from these trials. We've learned better ways to dose patients. We've learned how to detect whether these drugs are working in the animals, and these methods can be applied to patients as well to see early on if a drug is being effective.
So they were using just farm pigs before in the past to test things. But ours are gene edited to carry that humanized trait. So if it's a particular type of cancer like NF1, or if it's something like Alzheimer's disease, we are able to more precisely mimic the human condition in the pig, so that when you're testing your medical device or your pharmaceutical compound, you have a much higher likelihood of success because the pig is so much more similar to the human.
In fact, they are so similar that eventually they will be able to harvest human organs in the pigs.
We use pigs as incubators to grow human cells and tissues and eventually organ products that can be transplanted back into humans.
A patient could have a personal pig that would grow organs from their own stem cells.
So effectively, you'd be able to use your skin cell, grow an organ product, and then schedule your surgery at some point in the future by the time the pig is fully grown. This will provide an amazing breakthrough and has the ability to save 22 people every day who are dying waiting for an organ transplant.
The use of a person's own cells could greatly reduce rejection of the organ.
If you have a child who has diabetes that has an insulin pump, I would say within several years we'll be able to grow pancreas cells that can be produced in a pig. Within 2 to 3 years we can grow liver cells that can be transplanted back into humans. And the ability to use a pig as a human blood bank is also within a few short years. So these aren't ideas that are wild and 10 years off. This is the here and now. And the scientists at Recombinetics are advancing breakthroughs that get us closer to growing those organ products.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.
Hi guys, I'm Katie Wayne and this is Animalist News. Humans with animal skin. It sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, but scientists say that it's now possible. Mutated inbred miniature pigs are currently being used by researchers from Massachusetts General Hospital to replace the skin of burn victims. According to scientists, these special swine are the perfect new alternative for skin grafts because they lack a molecule normally responsible for rapidly rejecting pig-to-primate transplants. When people are severely burned, doctors may use a healthy piece of skin to cover and help heal the damaged area. Unfortunately, some people may be too injured to use their own skin for the transplant. As of right now, most skin grafts come from deceased donors. However, they are in short supply and very expensive. When pigskin covered injuries on baboons, the grafts quickly created blood circulation and stayed on patients just as long as a deceased donor graft. This isn't the first time Massachusetts General Hospital has played with the idea of animal donors. In 1997, researchers grew human ear cartilage grafts on the backs of mice in hopes of helping people with deformed body parts. Although animal skin grafts aren't perfect yet, they provide a cheaper, more effective way to help burn victims. If you could have an appropriate animal body part, what would it be? Be sure to let me know in the comments below. Also, be sure to check out these videos over here and subscribe right here. Let's go, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Mwah.
Researchers are ready to test pig skin transplant on humans for the first time. You know I'm going to say that again. Researchers are ready to test pig skin transplants on humans for the first time. This story was done in the courts December 9, 2018, and this is how it reads. In the future, we won't need to rely on human donations for life-saving skin grafts. At least that's the goal of Xenotherapeutics, a Boston-based biotech nonprofit. Last week, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration approved the group's initial application for a temporary skin graft curated from genetically modified pigs. This means that they can start testing pig skin grafts on people who have experienced severe burns. It is the first time that an animal organ has been cleared for human testing in the United States. Skin, the body's largest organ, plays a crucial role in the immune system by blocking pathogens from reaching our vulnerable internal organs. It also holds in water, electrolytes, and other nutrients, and helps the body maintain a constant temperature. People with severe skin damage are at high risk of developing deadly infections or organ failure as a result of changes in temperature or hydration. Skin grafts can help protect these patients as they heal. At the moment, the only skin grafts available in the United States come from cadavers who have agreed to be organ donors, or patients who have undergone surgery to remove excess skin after dramatic weight loss. STAT reports that these human skins used for graft are a rare commodity. Xenotherapeutics, which gets its name from xenotransplantations, or animals to human transplants, have breed pigs that have skin remarkably similar to our own. Although pig skin normally produces a type of sugar human skin does not, these pigs have been genetically modified not to make it. Grafts from these pigs are therefore more likely to slide under the radar of the host immune system, at least temporarily. The idea is that they could be used for immediate burn treatments, follow human skin graft treatments later. I would venture that if we did a Coke and Pepsi side-by-side comparison, you'd be hard-pressed to tell which was the human cadaveric allograft versus the pig graft. Xenotherapeutics CEO Paul Holzer told STAT. The nonprofit has been working closely with physicians at Massachusetts General Hospital, who will help conduct a clinical trial starting next month. The first trial will only be testing the grafts, safety, and tolerable in 6 patients with severe burns. Assuming the results are positive after a month, the graft will need to undergo 2 more stages of testing before they can be approved for widespread clinical use. Several other groups around the world are working to make animal organs suitable for clinical medicine. In Brazil, researchers are exploring using tilapia skin for use as temporary badges for burn victims whose skin is regrowing. Just last week, scientists from Germany reported that they had made a crucial step in keeping baboons given genetically modified pig hearts alive for half a year. Their success suggests that pig hearts could one day be used to treat patients with heart failure. All right, so we had the body brokers. The guy using the pig, boy. Don't be black and be no Muslim. I guess you don't want none of that skin, boy. You can't, smell bacon all day. Right? You're like, I smell bacon. Assalamu alaikum, right? You can't say that shit. You got pig in you, right? You know damn well we ain't doing that shit, right? Talking about pig is just like me or like them, right? They saying, right? The pig is an affinity of skin, just like the mouse, right? They do their research that the mouse is getting hit, but not us. I don't think that shit worked, right? But I guess if you want to say this is science and technology and then you find out all alternatives situations, I get it, somebody burned and they scarred, they want to, you know, want to clear it up. I guess if the alternative, they said tilapia. Huh? And I know that tilapia, because they said that tilapia had human, what they said that about there was something about the human aspect to the tilapia, right? That they got some human, there's a human aspect to the tilapia. It ain't just a fish, but we got some human organisms up in its existence, because it's kind of like I think it's a genetically modified fish's damn cell. That's why you can get it for so much for cheap, right? So they say they're using that too, the skin of that, and it grows, and they need some alternatives other than they're getting the cadavers. Well, we know the cadaver aspect is because you might have melanin in it, right? All the cadavers that you're probably using, I got melanin, so you need something close to pigmentation. So pigmentation, pig. I ain't a pig. Okay. So let me get on, get ready, get up out of here. I got a couple more before I get up out of here. Let me see who all up in here again. We got 10 in the house. Practice poisoning. Okay, let me read some of these comments I got up in the house in here. Let's see. Go all the way back. Let's see. Oh, okay, y'all here trying to get some comments in here. CDG Facts. Time is coming. They ain't gonna keep being allowed to hurt us like this. Mr. Spencer 620. What's up, fam? What's good with you? Hassan Campbell Daycare and Dirty Diaper Disposal. What the fuck? Okay, Hassan Campbell. Wait a minute, that ain't Poppy, is it? I know that ain't Poppy in here. What the hell, cut? Let's say it was that. Who else is that? That I can't see what that say. Let it do you know what that say on there, bruh. Let's see. What's up in here? Damn, he looks like he fucking dead bodies too. Oh, you funny, you. The hell, you back on that? Okay, you telling me I was back. Campbell Daycare and Dirty Diaper Disposal. Gee. Got you, my brother. What the fuck? Daycare, dirty diapers. Okay, what? Okay, Hassan Campbell. What you talking about, bruh? We talking about this dirty diapers. What's this? What's this? Daycare and dirty diaper disposal. This is straight savagery. What aspect was you talking about on that, bruh? Because I know some of the stuff that I was saying. Oh, yeah, you talking about some of that stuff I was playing earlier? Because I'm not sure when you came in though. But yeah, that's what it is. I mean, when you looking at the harvesting, you know, like some people were looking at that situation in Chicago and they're talking about body harvesting and all that other stuff. Well, they got body brokers, you understand? So it's like, you know, the market for, again, especially when we're talking about the people who trying to preserve themselves, again, if your shit failing, you're not going to use your shit. You need the best, you know what I'm saying? You need, it's like, okay, like say you got some regular ass aspirin, say you got a motherfucking toothache, and you need some extra strength shit. You ain't gonna keep using that weak shit, the little 200 milligram. You want some of that 500, 750 milligram, because that 200 is just, you know what I'm saying, that shit ain't even doing nothing. So that's what I'm kind of saying. The brokering is they need to get some of the better quality. So who is the better quality and who donating? You know what I'm saying? We, you know, and they think about being young, strong. You know, like how people be, man, when they be young, boy. Don't be going over, do all that way. That should be just natural. Nigga just ripped up and all cut up, right? So they got some good ass genes. So somebody done figured out a way how to trying to harvest it. So, but that story chain, that broker is, them body parts been going all over the world. Ain't just here. To the fact that they giving bad body parts, to the fact they say, man, y'all giving us bad shit, so we ain't fucking with y'all no more, right? So, yeah, that shit is, it is some, you know, shit when you really look at it. Because again, you know, when you grieving and somebody going through that situation, ain't nobody trying to go in and try to check and make sure everything in there, because even after the fact you still got to go back later on. You get what I'm saying? So the way they playing this shit, man, again, Frankenstein shit, right? So it is what it is, y'all. It is what it is. So let me go ahead and finish up. Again, give me that like, dislike, same shit, whatever it is what you want to do. It's all good over here. I don't block nobody. You can say you got your opinion like I got mine. Now, I got a couple more. What else I got for you here? Let's see what this is here. Matter of fact, while I'm talking about giving up body parts, right? Let's see. I went to that one. That was that one here. Went to that one. 148, 142. Okay, let's see. Let me see if I pull this up because I got this story that broke earlier today. But you might have heard it, you may not have heard it, right? Hey, I think I got it right here. Hopefully it's still playing. Okay, because this happened today up in the Chi, right? So let me show y'all this right quick. And again, let me set it up before I get to it. So you gotta look at it like this, okay? Like, you have, again, you got the internet and you got the black corner. And you got a lot of us out here, we have our lane. Some of us specify certain things, and we give to the best of our abilities of our knowledge what we know, and we're trying to reach back, pull certain mothers, give them some kind of guidance. Because sometimes in these households, the people they got people there, but ain't nobody got nothing to talk to them about, or they know, but they can't articulate it, whatever it might be. So, you can come over here, maybe you can find somebody who vibe with, who you get down with, whatever it is you feel with them. Okay, so you get it. So you have some people talking about we need to be suited and booted. That you got motherfuckers that's just up on here, you talking that good shit on here, but your ass ain't out on the street and all that other good shit. Okay, so you got some people who are actually trying to get out on them streets, and they're actually trying to get into the political aspect of shit, right? So this happened today where, again, if you know about Chi, you know about how you got the Inglewood side, you got out west in the Austin area and so forth and things like that, right? And so it get real, right? So young brothers out there, he trying to campaign, he trying to be alderman in there, right? So again, when you think about it from this, let me show it, and then I'll come back after. Let me show this first, and then I'll come back. How about that? Let me show this first.
Begin with a candidate for 15th Ward alderman saying he needs to make security changes to his campaign after one of his volunteers is shot while canvassing. CBS 2's Lauren Victory is live outside the 15th Ward office with the story. Good morning, Lauren.
Hi there, Maya and Aaron. Well, I was able to speak with the victim, that volunteer, via Facebook Messenger. He thanks God he is alive, but declined an interview because he needed to rest. This morning, we were able to catch up with that candidate who was out there when bullets interrupted canvassing.
My family was out there with me. We had our campaign workers out there with us.
What started as a Sunday gunning for Joseph Williams to be the 15th Ward alderman ended with gunfire.
Yes. I was actually talking to a resident at the time we heard the shots go off. Heard about 5 or 6 shots go off, and then Maxwell came running past us.
Maxwell Little is a first-time volunteer for the Williams campaign. He was passing out flyers on 66th and Marshfield, stumping by foot and by Facebook.
If you live in the 15th Ward, support Joseph Williams. Yes.
One of the bullets he captured live landed in his leg. Little logged onto Facebook again from the hospital and said this shooting was not random. Maxwell has said that he thinks that he was targeted. Are you or is anybody in your campaign nervous?
I think it's a nervous situation. I think you have no choice but to be nervous. I tell you one thing I'll do going forward, I'll make sure my kids aren't out with me anymore.
The violence happened when the sun was still shining. The gunman who wore a red mask remains on the loose. Even so, the candidate and his team plan to return to the campaign trail as early as today.
We won't let this stop us. We're going to be on the front end, and we're going to be a part of helping the violence stop right here in Inglewood.
Chicago campaign volunteer shot while recording video passing out flyers. You know I'm going to say that again. Chicago campaign volunteer shot while recording video passing out flyers. This story was done today, December 10th, 2018, from the WGN-TV News. And this is how it reads. Chicago. A man was shot while campaigning for an aldermanic candidate in West Englewood, and the shooting was captured on video. Maxwell Little says he was handing out flyers for 15th Ward candidate Joseph Williams Sunday afternoon. Little was recording himself and encouraging others to support Williams when someone started shooting. He was shot in the leg. In a post on Facebook, Little said he believes it was a targeted shooting. He wrote, "Whoever tried to kill me failed. My political view will not change no matter what. More than 6 shots were fired at me by a masked man. This was no random shooting. Someone wanted me dead. The bullets went through. God is great. No one is in custody." All right, so that's the story that went down today up in the Chev. Brother was volunteer trying to help this other brother trying to run for the 15th alderman in that ward. And again, understanding the politicalness and how the city and the turmoil that's going on. As much as you have two sides to this. You got the economy on both sides. You got those people who won't change, and some people want some shit to stay the same way, no change, right? Because it's bad for business, right? So some people know that the change that has to be in a lot of these, in the hoods, in the communities, it will be an internal war with that trying to make change and that who trying to keep same old, right? And so here's a brother who probably from that area who knows that and got, ideas of how he's going to make changes because he knows what's what and how everything operating. And the message was sent, like, you get out here with that bullshit, you understand? And so I don't think that's going to deter him, but it's just letting it, the message being sent, because again, they said it wasn't random. It was a message being sent, right? You try to do some good, but then there's certain elements in there that good won't be good for business. And so, it's kind of, that root is deep up in a lot of these spots is because it's been going for generations. And this is the only thing you know, and this is the only way how you get your bread, then you're going to do accordingly. And you ain't going to let nobody, again, go back to the Mac. When, remember, the brothers were going in between, I need to clean the streets. They said, well, Goldie was like, well, I ain't going to let nobody stop me in my business. You know what I'm saying? He said, but you my brother. Brothers don't mean got nothing to do with this. I got a right to live. You know what I'm saying? You go back, I would have put that scene, but not tonight. They're already trying to ban me up out of here tonight. But you know what I'm talking about, those who know the movie, right? And so that's what happened. That's what happened. You trying to make changes to clean up, to make communities a lot more safe and to be productive. There's going to be another element that's going to be like, they ain't good for us though. So that's as time go on, that will be the little civil war that's going to happen, right? That's going to have to be. If everybody trying to work towards making and talking about prosperity and future, that's going to be an issue that we're going to have to deal with. We already got a lot of external things that we're dealing with, but this internalness right here, because again, this has been the life for some people, and this is the only life they know. Until you can give an alternative to make that change, so that they can make a change if that's what they, either they, get out and lay down, but what I'm saying, again, to be continuous. And again, I'll be following that, and I'll keep you updated as to what goes on with that situation. Now I think I got one more, and then I got one more for you. Got one more. Again, like we talking about this situation here, where somebody trying to make a change. Some people sitting in a certain situation, but again, that's all they know. But see, the way the game is changing, it's like, well, if we don't have all these institutions and these places of business, it's going to be almost impossible to make these kind of changes, is because look how these mugs is changing the game up, right? They've been doing this, but there was a story that I came across today. Then let me show you this right quick. Let me show you this. Where is it? 201. All right, so let me play these right quick, and this probably my last ones for the night. This one too. Yeah. Okay, these right here, and play this on the end. So let me play this first. All right, and come back. Employers and IQ tests. You know I'm going to say that again. Employers and IQ tests. This was done today, December 10, 2018, in the National Review. This is what it says. Frederick Hess, Grant Addison point out an anomaly. In Griggs versus the Duke Power Company in 1971, the Supreme Court unanimously interpreted this language to mean that when a selection process disproportionately affects minority groups, has a disparative impact, employers must show that any requirements are directly job-related and an accurate predictor of job performance. If companies require job applicants to possess an IQ of 110, they must be able to demonstrate why an applicant with an IQ of 109 is incapable of performing the jobs that someone with a 110 IQ can. One need only need that sentence to understand why human resource lawyers quiver in horror when executives ask about using that kind of screening test. College degree requirements, meanwhile, have escaped scrutiny. Brian Kaplan notes, however, that there is a big loophole in the restrictions on employers' use of IQ testing. Employers can't safely request standardized test scores, but to the best of my knowledge, applicants can't safely provide them. The fact that applicants rarely volunteer this information and that the employees do not reward them for doing so suggests to Kaplan that the practical effect of the restriction is not large.
Honey, you never walked away from a test before. Tell us what's really bothering you.
Mama, they don't know it, but that IQ exam was nothing but a white racist test.
Oh, Michael, how could it be a white racist test? All school children take it of all colors.
Yeah, but this one was given by the white people, made up by white people, and even graded by white people. It don't tell you how smart you are, just how white you are. That's why the average black scores 15 points lower than the average white.
Yeah, but son, you ain't average. Michael, you can pass any man's test in any color.
Maybe so, Daddy, but a lot of black kids can't. The black community is different. It has a different language and culture altogether.
You mean to tell me everybody don't eat chitlins for dinner? And speaking of dinner, I'm warning you, I'm getting ready to tear up your birth certificate now.
Questions on a test like this. Complete the following phrase, cup and you have to choose from 4 words, wall, saucer, table, and window. You know what my friend Eddie put down? Cup and table. Because in this house, they don't have no saucers to put under the cup.
You know something, when I was a kid, we didn't have no saucers to put on the table either.
My house, we didn't have no table. And speaking of cups, about dinner.
And get this question. A mother and father and 2 children live in a 5-bedroom residence. The mother and father sleep in 1 bedroom, and each of the 2 children has a room to himself. How many guest bedrooms are there left? Now, how many kids in the ghetto even know what a guest bedroom is?
Yeah. The only guest room we got around here is when somebody puts a sleeping bag in the bathtub. I didn't mention nothing about dinner.
You know, there are not many kids around here who have a bedroom to themselves. And how many of them even heard the word residence?
That's right. To them, it's a pad or crib.
And what you're trying to say then, Michael, is it's hard to give the right answers when you don't understand the questions, huh?
That's right, Daddy.
Okay. So, trying to make IQ tests part of the qualifications of you getting the job. As you seen on the show going back in the 70s of Good Time, little Michael was supposed to be doing an IQ test because he was going to the schools up north. He was living in the projects, which is Cabrini, and he was going to the school up in Rogers Park. And so they were giving the IQ test, and he was like, he refused to take it because he said it was culturally biased, right? Again, a white test made by white people with white ideology. So how does a person who is black pass it? As Michael said, it's not a test about your intelligence. It's about how white you are. Not right, but white, right? So, as I read in that article, it talks about that employers won't say that. They won't come out and ask you if you've taken an IQ test, right? And then again, the question becomes, well, if there's a standard, then say if it's 110, so if somebody get a 109, you usually have to kind of explain what's the difference between a person with a 109 IQ and a 110, which would be having you have legal problems trying to even do that. So that's why they would say that. But the point is, if they did that shit, it would be because it would be, again, because you know their ideology is that black people have low IQs. You know, go back all shit with Trump and all that shit. They've been saying that shit. I mean, that's always been that mantra that we were not smarter, right? Or low IQ, under 89 and all this other bullshit, right? So, if not even about the fact that you may have a degree, so they said about being able to pass this motherfucking test. So again, as the clip before was talking about how the brother want to come to all of them and he want to try to make some changes, but those brothers who again, who are 2-3 generations of being on the street, and this is the only game they only know, how you gonna get them to change and then try to, you know, formulate them unless you got places for them to go? Because we getting pushed out, we're getting sealed out on everything else other than. That's why the unification of us is so important, and that's what people don't see. And our prosperity, which is the children who are coming behind us, as those who are right now, you see those in them 20s now having a hard time finding employment, and you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, they're talking about they the brokest of all generations. Well, I guess so. A lot of them is competing with some of their own damn mamas and daddies for the same damn job trying to survive. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, play this last clip before I get up out of here. Let me look back out of here and see what's going on out here. Come on down the left, huh? Let's see. Peckerwood Joey, the cave hunter return niggas, huh? Okay. Okay, you made your announcement. You feel good now? You feel good? Why you in here? You see, because you worry about somebody talking about you. That's the whole thing. You worry about more what we talking about. We don't give a fuck about what you on. You get what I'm saying? But that's just what it is. But teach his own, man. So, matter of fact, how about this? What I notice is, you know, see, a lot of motherfuckers is not cut from certain shit. They cut from certain shit, but they're not cut from the right shit. So you can be cut about certain shit, and that's your lane, your forte, or your expertise. But this shit here about life and about how shit go, it ain't all on that. See that shit there? Because it's bigger than that. See, that's fishbowl ass world. So you can't understand where I'm coming from, because see, you see, you know, like they say, DNA, right? Your DNA will trace you back to who kind of type of people you from, and that's just what it is. So based on that little IQ test on that, how about this? Let's end the show out on this, because when you see when the parents had to go and had to deal with it, right? If you've seen that show that time, so let me check it out, spin it up, and then I'm in the show after this play out.
How you gonna know where I'm at if you ain't been where I've been? Understand where I'm coming from?
Somehow, girls, your statistics may say that Michael goes to trade school, but we say, no way. Our son is going to law school.
Law school. I warn you, the odds against that are very great and it's very unrealistic. You see, this IQ test that your son took was designed to save you a great deal of pain and anguish. The lad can't possibly get that. Oh, here, you nice people. Just let me show you. Now, the percentage of black youth who reach college is 6.3. Now, undergraduate school is only 4.7, and on the law school is only 1.8, and passing the bar exam is 1.8.
James is just out of sign. I'm going home and start sewing Michael's Supreme Court robe. Come on, baby.
We talking about. So we ain't talking about what they talking about. So you come over here with all that bullshit. We ain't worried about what you talking about, because it's bigger than you. You just a pawn in this. But see, the problem is you don't understand death longer than life. And on that other side, all this shit you doing now ain't gonna be able to do shit with that. That shit, you can throw that shit out. And you know what some of these motherfuckers think too? They think because they think they worship. Right? Let's just say this. Again, this ain't about no church shit. I'm just saying. You know, some people think they worship Satan and think, because I'm going to be in that with him, as if you understand. If you believe in that, then the one who created that, you don't know his motherfucking hand. So how you know that shit going to be the way you think it going to be? Have you ever thought about maybe the motherfucker going to put you in the place of the most shit that you would work? The thing that you fear the most might be your hell. What would be your hell? Think about that. What would be your hell? And it wouldn't be what you think of that shit y'all got in your head. Huh? Man, your hell gonna be something that's the first thing in your fear that you ever wouldn't think that would happen to you. That's what the fuck you gonna be for eternity. You're gonna be around niggas all your goddamn for eternity. And you would know. You don't know how the hand gonna be played. But you swear down y'all do though, right? Okay, keep on playing, man. You know that fool that this coming. Don't worry about it. So anyway, I want to thank everybody who came out here tonight. Thank you for coming by, coming on to the show. You know, sometimes some distractions come, but man, I don't look. They do what they do. I do what I do. I know who I am. Do you know who you are? You get what I'm saying? So it is what it is. On one thing, let me see who all came out tonight that was fam as usual. Fresh as hell. Got Leonard the Yuta. I guess Hassan Campbell, right? Mr. Spencer 620. CDG Philakuti 1360. Ebony Cameron. And it looks about, I got about everybody in here that did put something out there. So again, you know how it is, y'all. See each other, get a universal nod, shave up some of all that damn hatred for one another. As John Henry Clark done told us, the only friends we got is us. So you recognize and realize that the only thing we got is us, because everything else outside of us seem to be against us. You know, they got some way trying to always break us, split us up, and then worried about what the fuck we doing and want to come and talk shit. You do what you do. Don't worry about what we doing over here. We ain't call you to come do no shit. But you want to come over and hang out, come on, do that. Matter of fact, I'm open that phone line up eventually. You can come on and talk all that good shit you want to do. So until then, you know how it is. Y'all stay black with love, peace, hair grease, and CDG say watermelon, right? So let me go on here. You know how I got to end the show. Till the next show, y'all. Till the next one.
Portions of the following program may be unsuitable for younger or more sensitive viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Remember, the enemy has only images and illusions, behind which he hides his true motives. Destroy the image, and you will break the enemy.
I'm here to tell you tonight that the businessmen, the mayor of this city, the police commissioner of this city, and everybody in the white power structure of this city must take a responsibility for everything. Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
Luther and I, and everyone in this arena tonight, are unified by the same great American values. We're proud of our country. We respect our flag. Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners, when somebody disrespects our flag, to say, get that son of off the field right now, out, he's fired. He's fired!
Race is when you use your power and influence to subject people into inferiority. Utterances can't be racist.
Look around you, man. They own this shit. They own this couch you sitting on, them shoes you got on your feet, this building, this school, this country, you. We're behind enemy lines, dog.
So you must first of all remember that this system was not originally designed with black people in mind. Right on, right on. And it definitely was not prepared for black people to, in the end, begin to demand their rights and an equal share in this country which they died for. Right on. Hey, and we definitely are not going back to Africa.
In the church, we used to sing the song, "Good news, the chariot is coming." While you sit here today, knowing that you have come to hear good news, you must realize in advance what good news for you might be bad news for somebody else. What good news for the sheep might be bad news to the world.
They say, oh, things are getting so much better for you. In 1849, it was hitting blacks on the head 100 times a day. In 1990, they hit them 48 times a day. Isn't it better? Oh, it's got to be better. You're saying 52 blows.
The only purpose of most black Americans on earth today is to destroy.
I think that's noble. Italians love Italians. When Irish love Irish. But when a nigga loves a nigga, it's an unpardonable sin. They have blood in their hands. When we say they have blood in their hands, we are not saying him, George Bezos, went and killed. But white people colonized us. They dispersed us. They enslaved our people. They sucked our economy dry. They are still sucking it dry even today. That's white people. Tony Blair, George Bush, Napoleon Bonaparte, Leopold, Adolf Hitler, Benjamin Netanyahu, all white people, they are the same. They are racist and they are full of hate.
I've been waiting for you. You have many questions, and though the process has altered your consciousness, you remain irrevocably human. Ergo, some of my answers you will understand, and some of them you will not. Concordantly, while your first question may be the most pertinent, you may or may not realize it is also the most irrelevant.
Why am I here?
Our world is coming crumbling down. The coons are coming.
You have to understand that white America has an uncanny way of making the victim the victimizer. Excuse me, master, for putting my head in the way of your club. Not that your club is brutalizing my head and putting hickeys on it. My head got in the way of your free swing and broke your shiny stick, and I want to apologize for that.
Your life is the sum of a remainder of an unbalanced equation inherent to the programming of the Matrix. You are the eventuality of an anomaly which, despite my sincerest efforts, I have been unable to eliminate from what is otherwise a harmony of mathematical precision. While it remains a burden assiduously avoided, it is not unexpected and thus not beyond a measure of control, which has led you inexorably here.
There are more connections in the human body than there are stars in the galaxy. We possess a gigantic network of information to which we have almost no access.
Matrix is older than you know. I prefer counting from the emergence of one integral anomaly to the emergence of the next, in which case this is the 6th version.
5 months before me. 3. There are only 2 possible explanations. 5 months before me. Either no one told me, or no one knows.
Precisely. As you are undoubtedly gathering, the anomaly is systemic, creating fluctuations in even the most simplistic equations.
Can't control me! I'm gonna smash you to frickin' You can't make me do anything like Chris!
Choice. The problem is choice.
Let us remember that we are not brutalized because we're Baptists. We're not brutalized because we're Methodists. We're not brutalized because we're Muslims. We're not brutalized because we're Catholics. We're brutalized because we are black people in America.
Because white people made him to be what he is. They made him to look evil, because that's their role, to make all of us black people to look evil and to hate ourselves. I can't hate.
You're a nigga till you die. If you're a poor nigga, you're a poor nigga. If you're a rich nigga, you're a rich nigga. But you never stop being a nigga, and if you get to be educated, you're just an educated nigga.
I'm told every day I'm on air that I'm racist because I call out racism. That is maddening to me, and I'm crying about it because it's crazy.
So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is teaching you and I and trying to tell the white man to get this powder keg out of his house. Let the black man separate from his house. Let the black man have his own house. Let the black man have his own land and his own property.
I thought the bitch was white! Damn it! I thought the bitch was white!
That's true.
I think that white people are so guilty, knowing what they've done to black people, that they feel if the deeds were reversed, they would hate the black man if he had done the same thing to them. So it's actually, it reflects a guilt complex on the part of whites when they ask us, do we hate them? And if you notice, Uncle Sam has formed a habit of going all over the world. He calls it the ugly American, or the American image. He thinks that everybody hates him because it's a guilt complex. And if you think that if you are worried about Europeans hating you, and they're your allies and your cousins, well, naturally it would follow for you to think that Negroes in this country would hate you, especially in light of what has been done to black people in this country by white people.
Now, check it out. The white ball dominates everything, right? Knocks the shit out the yellow ball, the red ball, right? And the game's over when the white ball drives the black ball completely off the table.
But you have to see that all of this is hypocrisy.
I love Malcolm. Malcolm called me the Sunday that he died. I was working Basin Street East. He said, Brother Greg, you
coming by today. And I said, Malcolm, I love you. And I said, I love you so much, I don't even want to take a chance to be there. He said, what do you mean, Brother Greg? I said, well, I close tonight, Sunday night at Basin Street East. And I said, but I had my wife book me a flight into Chicago at 8 o'clock this morning. And I'm going to Chicago, and I had way beneath my salary booked me into a college about 10 miles from the airport. And I'm going to go there and speak this afternoon, and I'm going to stay there until they tell me you dead. Because I'm not going to let this government get two of us for the price of one. And I'm going to call Adam Clayton Powell when I finish talking to you and beg him not to come there. Because today, the United States government is going to get you.